I did not even check my camera angle before setting up stream. What is wrong with me? I didn't even check my hair. I didn't do anything. Damn, I am lacking today. Whoa, I need to get a haircut, dude. My hair is long AF, bruh. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Let me start this up here. What's up, Roselia? What's up, Mochi? What's up, Jules? Hello, Eric. What's up, Duthi? How's it going? What's up, Ain Phase? What's up, pup? Can you stop myself from going insane after a bad match? Makes sense. Sounds very familiar. I know how those go. Okay, today, if I can get my YouTube thing to work here. Yeah, what's up, Chocho? Nightwatch phobia. Too many night watches, that's for show. What's up, Pretty Joseph? What's up, Nico? We're gonna say phase for Ain phase. I'm gonna say phase because I don't know pronunciations for things. We all know how I am with that. When I commentate tournaments, oh, my lip's bleeding a little bit. I cut my lip earlier. It really hurts. Actually, it doesn't hurt. It's just bleeding. It hurt before. When it comes to tournaments and pronouncing people's names, when I commentate with Chocho, I just let her do it. I'm like, oh, Chocho, good luck with that name. And I just don't even try. So so I got this strawberry green tea from a boba place, right? And I asked for like the low amount of sugar, which I think was like 25% or whatever. This is so sweet. I literally have to ask for 0% next time because for some reason this is so sweet. It's supposed to be 25%. And it's super sweet. Strawberry green tea. I mean, it's really good, but it's too sweet. Too much sugar. You guys know how I am with my sugar. What's up, Luca? How's it going? Thank you so much. It's really nice of you to say. I really appreciate it. Nah, Yadzi, you better at names than I am. All right, we're gonna... the struggle is real. Okay, so today we have a few things we're gonna do. For starters, I hope all you guys have been well. Did not stream last week. I actually... also, I was not able to get the emotes up with the membership thing for the YouTube or whatever. I do have an excuse. I was actually in Laos for a week getting my student visa. I actually have to leave Thailand, go to another country, go to the Thai consulate in Laos. For those of you who don't know what Laos is, it is a country in Southeast Asia that borders Thailand, next to Thailand. So I had to take a bus about 10 plus hours to Laos, and then I had to get my student visa from the Thai consulate in Laos. I couldn't do it in Thailand. I had to leave the country to do it. So then I came back, and I was there for almost a week, so we're not able to get the membership and the emotes and all that, but I do have that almost ready, and that's also why we didn't stream last week. Also, IVC, for those of you who don't know, Southeast Asia IVC just happened, or it's happened for the last 2 weeks, so we were commentating for that. So just a lot of time. I also didn't even shave. Look at this. This is sad. Look at guys. Don't ever use me as a role model for anything. I mean, look at this. For those of you about to go on a date, you make sure you shave before. Don't do what I do. It's really not good. Names have many mispronunciations. Truth. I'm also just bad at all of them. So what's up, ADJ? How's it going? What's your excuse for not making me mod? Fair. Actually, I don't even know how to do that. How do you even do that? I don't even know how to do that. If I figure out how to do that, I do need 2 more mods. I'm gonna give it to Chocho and Jules just because I know them personally. Because we do know sometimes the bots pull up, and I just can't stand the bots. Okay, let's get into what we're doing today. So first of all, we're gonna do the Hunter tier list in probably about 30 minutes to an hour from now. We're gonna start with some IVC review, and there's a really good match that happened that I actually had the privilege of commentating with Chocho that I wanted to show you guys. 4 rounds. It went 4 rounds, completely tied through 4 rounds. It was Idol versus ST. Now, this was a very interesting match for a few reasons. One, the team Idol has a lot of the former members. It was almost all, many of the members from the team ZT, if you guys remember the Southeast Asia team ZT that participated in KOA and actually got a 16-2 victory over the Japanese team. I'm forgetting their name. AXZ. Axes, right? And so that was the first time a Southeast Asia team, and I think beat a professional team, and they destroyed them, right? It wasn't even close, which was really nice. And basically the same team, right? Basically the same team. They went 4 rounds completely tied, and the only reason they won is because they won the 4th round in time, completely tied against this Vietnamese team called ST that really just came out of nowhere. It's a really great match. You guys can learn a lot from it. I'm going to show you guys. This is what we're going to review first. Why am I opening my own stream? That's not what I meant to do. I meant to open... here we go. Really, really great match. A lot of things to be learned here. Why is the stream... Guys, what? Guys, okay. Okay, we have some things to talk about. But for starters, let's get into this. Okay. Guys, for starters, why is the IDV tournament stream quality only go up to 720? I feel like it should be, they should make it 1080. I just feel like they should make it 1080, right? But I don't know, dude, right? Like, I don't know. Who knows, right? What do I know? I don't know shit. Okay, this match right here, Idol versus ST, guys. This was a very, very good match. Chocho definitely can attest to that. Thank you, Faye. Honestly, love you both for your commentate. Thank you, Faye. I appreciate it. So nice of you to say. Watching the ST match was so much fun. Absolutely. I was really excited about this stream today, so we can review it, because this was a great match. This was one of the best matches, not only in this Southeast Asia tournament, but we've seen in if you include IVL and IJL and Southeast Asia. This was a great match. It was balanced. There was no survivors taking over or hunters taking over. Everything was mostly just 2-2s the entire time. Good for you, Ethan. What's up, Anna? How's it going? So, this was a very good match.
From last week,
let's listen to what Chocho has to say.
Perform better, and let's see whether ST can make history over here of defeating Idol, or is Idol going to take this victory home once again?
Yeah, we are going to find out
Ew.
in a moment. We're going
Who's
to
that dude talking?
Here.
Ew, I don't want to listen to him. Ew, I don't like his voice. We should mute him.
With the opportunity to pick the faction, they're going to go hunter first.
We're gonna play it. We're gonna play the commentary quietly in the background. If I say something stupid, I'm gonna point it out and be like, "Why the fuck did I say that?" Trying to catch up with other tournaments. Well, here's a great place to catch up right here. So basically, what I want to do, we're gonna get into IJL, because IJL Zeta Division just won. That's very good. We're gonna go look at those after we get through IVC. So the next tournament review is IVC, and then we're gonna go, of course, look at IVL and IJL and stuff.
That's not gonna be the case here.
So basically, how I want streams to go in the future of this channel and streams and stuff is we're gonna start out streams by looking at gameplays and reviewing stuff. Hopefully, you guys can learn stuff from that. And then we're gonna go do some actual gameplay. Obviously, I'll play some Opera Singer. I want to play some Opera Singer today. If we have time, we have to do the Hunter tier list next, though. Also, has any of you guys played the new Harry Potter game? That I think NetEase released a new game. It's a Harry Potter. It's called Magic Awakened. It's done by NetEase, right?
Okay, well, you know, that's typically not a character.
Have any of you guys been playing that game? I just started playing it. It's super fun. Nell's been playing. Nell's like top 10 in Malaysia or something. It's crazy.
But it looks like that's going to be the case.
And if you guys know 72S, the Thai caster, he's like top 10 in Thailand or something like that. But I gotta get grinding on. I gotta catch up to them. And obviously, do survivors know who the hunter is before they pick spawns? They know who the hunter is before they pick spawns, but they don't know who the hunter is before they pick persona trait. Yeah, I hate you, Chocho. Okay, get out of here.
Very stable rescuer coming into this. I mean,
So they're going to lead Gardner here. Obviously, this is an MX character selection. No real need to lead Gardner. I mean, they're not going to ban it, right? This hunter's not really going to, they're not going to target ban MX. There's no reason to target ban any veterans bonus characters. Not only because they're significantly weaker than the rest of the meta, although MX is very good with them, they are significantly weaker than the rest of the meta, and MX will just play a different one if you ban one of them. So there's really no reason to pick Gardner first here. So I don't really like this from Idle. I would have liked them to go for something a little bit more advantageous, because now they lose out on something like Antiquarian, right? Or Professor, which this guy's known to play Nightwatch in a situation like this. So banning these characters here, they give an extra free ban by picking the Gardner. Acrobat's fine. Picking Gardner is not very good here. I would have liked to see Professor, maybe Anti, but they could have want to save it for later rounds. But I would like to see Anti-Professor. Gardner's not going to get banned. No reason to pick it earlier. It's on mobile and PC, yeah. It's a NetEase game, so it's on mobile and PC. Oh, it's boring for you, really? I've been enjoying it so far.
If you're able to use the flare gun, the survivor can make distance, get inside factory, and rebound kite. That can be very strong. Now, the only
yeah, graphics pretty cool. I've been enjoying it so far. Maybe for me, because I'm a competitive person, so I like the fact that there's a rank system, right? And it's easy to, not easy, but there's an potential to grind up and become top rank, right? That's something that I'll definitely be going for in that game once I learn it. And who knows if there's tournaments for that in the future. You might see me, Nell, Chocho, and Poch commentating that game. We all start. Poch, me, and Nell have started to play it. Nell's top tier. Me and Poch are still a bit newer. I don't know if Chocho's gotten to it yet, but I know she will soon, probably, most likely.
Gardner can obviously take a free hit early against a single hunter like Nightwatch. Acrobat's a good versatile kiter. Coordinator's not too great.
All right, what am I talking about? Am I just talking out my ass here? Or am I actually saying something productive? I'm gonna be honest, guys. Sometimes I do talk out my ass, but let's see.
Gun's been used. So Coordinator's actually very, in a lot of instances, a weaker character against a Nightwatch.
Yep,
so,
true.
A bit of an interesting choice to see it in round one. I would have liked to see it in a later round situation where Nightwatch is already banned.
Yep.
But because Nightwatch is actually available, it seems a little bit underwhelming from the
I think so. When I was talking to one of the players, not on the team Idle, but he knows them. If you guys remember Potato from ZT, he was saying that this guy likes to play Soul Weaver as well. So it could be that the Coordinator's here for Soul Weaver.
Also, we're in a situation where this comp is not that strong against Nightwatch. I mean,
yeah, it's not.
It's decent in that.
It could be that they're preparing for Soul Weaver here. And if you go Soul Weaver, then you go for the rescue, the Soul Weaver hits you, then you hit them with the flare gun, and then you make a lot of distance. The Soul Weaver takes a while to catch up. So that's why. And then also flare gun's pretty good for first chase. If Coordinator's first chase flare gun's good, but it's not really good for rescuing against Nightwatch because they can catch up right away. No, you can download it for PC. Just type in Harry Potter Magic Awakened PC download or something like that, and it comes up. I've been playing on my PC for the last 2 days. Yeah, she got it on. Chocho got it on her phone, but she didn't play yet. IDV alone consumed like 6.7 gigabyte. Well, Harry Potter can consume another 10. Just get, just these NetEase games, dude. They be consuming. They be taking. You guys better have 256 gigabytes, or you're not playing any NetEase games. I'll tell you that right now. It is true though. These games be taking up hella space, bro. It is crazy.
Such as that chest that enters inside factory.
So they didn't go for any item swap plays this game, but
there's a chest right near that door.
Let's go ahead and look into here. Spawns are fine. I would like Gardner to be factory, as Gardner's the weakest chase. Coordinator actually doesn't mind getting first chase against Nightwatch. Coordinator is actually better first chase against Nightwatch, definitely than a Gardner is. Coordinator has a longer chair time. She decodes slower for someone else's chair, so it's better if Coordinator gets chased first. She also has increased vaulting speed. So definitely Coordinator should have spawned factory, and Gardner should have... Sorry, Gardner should be factory, Coordinator should be Shack. These two should definitely be switched. So an interesting spawn from Idol. I believe definitely a misstep there on their... a slight mistake on their part, but...
And they don't play any of those characters, so it's very curious.
Yeah, we're reviewing actually one of the matches we did yesterday. This is ST versus Idol. This was a very, very good match. And this is one that I'm really looking forward to reviewing. The one underwhelming part was ST Hunter got to play Nightwatch all 4 rounds. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that a little later. I think Idol not banning Nightwatch was definitely incorrect. I think that was 100% not right on their part, but I'll get to that later. I'm going to try not to be too critical, because Idol is a very good team, but I do think Idol could have probably won this a little bit easier if they did some things differently. They did a lot of things in this match that I definitely think were incorrect, but we'll get to that later. Of course, this is all speculation, review, analysis, and seeing what we can learn from these situations. What's up, Evening Skies? How's it going? Yeah, Ethan, your phone will probably just blow up, honestly. My iPad's barely hanging on, bro. Alright, so Merc chase first. You're just trying to waste some elbow pads. This is fine. Guys, as a hunter, it's fine to go after the Merc for a little bit. Just try to make him burn a few elbow pads. You don't want to commit for too long, though, obviously.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to get him to expend some items. I don't
Yep.
think he'll chase the mercenary. It looks like
Expend some items.
Here. No, he's just gonna get the second elbow pad out of the way. He does know Survivor.
I have not seen the new Cheerleader, Survivor Cheerleader yet. We will look at a video of that actually today if you guys want. I'll leave it up to you. I'll ask you guys later if you guys want to look at a video of that. We'll definitely check it out. We also did the hunter tier list today as well after this review.
He's gonna drop both these pallets. He can of course jump over this one. Acrobat's gonna need to use one of these bombs soon. Or he will go down.
Can no longer handle IDV.
Looks like he's just gonna use it in this area.
Good utilization of this area from the Acrobat. Nightwatch does struggle here until this guy breaks. You can just put a bomb here. Now he's forced to break it. When he breaks, the Acrobat's gonna use this time to transition away. He did wait a little long. I would have liked him to transition a little bit sooner here, but it ends up being okay. Now he can bomb over here. I think he still gets hit though. Yeah, he still gets hit here. So
struggling a little bit. We'll see whether the flywheel.
Good discipline from the Nightwatch to not swing earlier, else he would have been able to flywheel the swing. I think this Kwang Hunter is actually quite good. Idol's a very good Survivor team, and they struggled. This was a good. This was just actually. This wasn't even like. This was just unfortunate from the Nightwatch.
Might have been a slight misstep over there, and
so Kwang is. I think Kwang's very good. Kwang managed to tie or win every single round, and I think Idol's a very good Survivor team. So Kwang actually, I think, has a lot of good things going for them, and also the ST Survivors are really good. But we'll get to that later, because Idol is a very good team. Now this is unfortunate from Idol. They have 3 people in one area, so I'm not really sure what happened. I don't know why the Merc was over there. The Merc was just randomly over there for some reason. I have no idea why. All teams did use Nightwatch. Nightwatch is really good. I will tell you guys that right now. So you'll see in the tier list, obviously, but Nightwatch is everywhere, dude. Nightwatch is the most played hunter by far. Not even. You don't have to look at a Nightwatch is more played than like Sculptor was, or Clerk was, or Dreamwitch was. Nightwatch is already more played than all of those hunters when they were like the number one round hunters. See, and this is where Coordinator's really bad against Nightwatch, because like she's gonna flare gun, and what does this do? Nightwatch catches up in 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's dead. And so that's why Coordinator's not good against Nightwatch unless Coordinator gets first chase, and that's why Coordinator should have spawned Shaq, so she could have taken first chase instead of Gardner, or maybe not. I mean, he didn't chase Gardner, he ended up chasing Acrobat, but there's a chance Coordinator would have gone chase.
We are going to see one Cypher go down here, but it is okay. We need to see.
Idol's the same as ZT. A lot of the same players. Very similar.
And the question is, can MX actually make this in time? He can use the wind to pull him back here. And
revive skill. That's interesting.
Early, though, I think this might allow him to actually make the save in time now.
All right, we'll watch Cheerleader's skill video after. So this is what we'll do. We'll watch this match. We'll review this match, and then we'll watch the Cheerleader video, and then we will do the hunter tier list. That'll be the order of events for today. Now, this was a mistake from the Acrobat. Obviously, there's no way the Nightwatch walks through this pallet. He's just gonna swing at it if he's just camping it. So definitely should have baited better. I don't know how to say that. What's up, Nell? How's it going? I don't even know how to pronounce Nightwatch's name. I just say Nightwatch. Ethaqua Nation. Ethaqua. Eli commentating. Eli. I wanted to do one of the matches you and Potch did yesterday. But this match was so good. I really wanted to review this match because this match made me really. This was a really fun match to watch. Super close. This was definitely the best match we've seen so far in this tournament. Bubble here doesn't do much. He has Blink. This is a weird position. They kind of just go back and forth over this pallet. I don't know why I'm getting excited. Like, he's still dead anyway. Like, it's not going to do anything. I'm just like, oh my god.
What? Okay.
What?
Yeah, still getting that hit over there. Mercenary still has tight tunnel, but this distance wouldn't be enough for them to get
she can cancel item cooldown. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Might potentially be a tie situation.
Honestly, Wax Artist is just not what he... Guys, Wax Artist is not what he used to be. So this is a tied game here.
And also, this is Idol's map selection.
And so this is a really good position for... As you can see... Oh, did I even shave before this? Like, I'm starting to get the face... My facial hair grows so fast. Look at this. I have a little bit here. This is yesterday. And then look at now. It's even more. Isn't that crazy?
This map is pretty favored for Survivor. So the fact that this hunter's able to get a drawn game here is definitely beneficial. Yeah, I mean, I think overall the first kite.
What? Banning out the female dancer, preventing all that stuff.
Oh, commentate the part where there's no audio.
Boxes that might potentially.
Which one? Where was? I think we'll get to that, right? I don't remember where that was,
Yeah,
but.
very smart move onto Miaopai's side. But as for the survivor side, Eli, you might be right this time because Seer and Priest is very.
She'll be good in tournaments, I think, but she'll probably be insta-banned for that reason.
Meta characters are being picked over here.
Well, we're gonna find out when we watch the video. I'll talk to you guys about my thoughts about it. We'll go ahead and review it, and we'll give you the thoughts for sure.
Because, like you mentioned, it's global bets.
And we'll talk about it.
You can't pick it on the later rounds that would be
For sure.
So,
Opera Singer probably counters Cheerleader. Opera Singer's just cracked. Opera Singer counters everything. No, that's not true. But Opera Singer's really good.
Being picked early because they are auto banned for the rest of the series. But because Seer and Priest was the most common.
The video's in 720. Guys, I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
We are seeing Prospector here. That's very interesting.
It is what it is, right? I don't know. Yo, is my stream in 720 though?
If you go Prospector now, we're gonna see a first officer ban.
No, my stream goes up to 1080. My stream goes up to 1080, but this one only goes up to 720.
Available, but they're just nowhere near as strong as officers. So I would imagine Miaopai's gonna ban officer last. Obviously,
so Miaopai goes dancer, merchant first. I like merchant first. Dancer first is a little weird because you give seer and priestess. I would have liked him to ban one of these and then ban the merchant, or ban dancer and ban one of these. Banning both of these seems just bad. So
you want to have that as an option. You don't want.
Why no more wax artists? Because Nightwatch is just way better.
Now you're stuck with playing Wildling, which is just not as ideal in a lot of instances.
Talent's hot weather booster facial. I guess so.
Will decrease the decoding speed overall. But we do have a lot of harassment in terms of potentially allowing survivors to struggle free.
Keep dashing in the same path. That does happen. That definitely takes some practice. Typhoons. Wow. Thailand's just hot. It's either hot or it rains a lot, and it's still hot when it rains. So, but nothing like that. Nothing too crazy. I mean, it is a little crazy, but it's not that bad. Okay, so they go Wildling here. So definitely this comp counters Clerk. So I really don't like Miaopai playing Clerk here. I think this was definitely incorrect for me. I actually do think he should have probably lost this game. I think the only reason why he won is because the double body block failed. He did a very good job of hitting through the double body. You'll see what I mean in a second. I definitely think Clerk here is just incorrect. Nightwatch is pretty good against... Nightwatch is good enough against this comp. Nightwatch is good enough. Bonbon's Bonbon's very good. Wildling can't really rescue Bonbon. Seer's an easy chase. Bonbon's very good. Sculptor's pretty good. BQ's not great because of a Seer. Geisha's not too good. But definitely Bonbon or Nightwatch here was pretty good. Yeah, what's up, Mushin?
He has quite a lot of things to work with. So, Eli.
You have YouTube? Mushin, I didn't know.
Probably shows why he's gonna pick.
Probably gonna play Nightwatch.
I didn't even know you had YouTube, or like.
For some, the last two times here, but I think Nightwatch would make most sense. But okay.
What's up, dude?
Nightwatch would obviously.
I'm in Bangkok right now, right? Oh, speaking of Bangkok, everybody watching right now. For those of you who are in Southeast Asia, there will be an offline stage for IVC, and that's gonna be in Bangkok at the end of this month. They're gonna post about it eventually, but it will be in Bangkok. So make sure you guys, if you guys are in Southeast Asia and you want to come watch offline stage in person, me, Nel, Chocho, and Poch, as well as the Thai casters will all be there, and all the players will be pretty fun. So definitely come watch. Oh, I don't have YouTube. I just saw the ping. Well, you have YouTube now. Oh, you okay? I see. For those of you watching, the Chinese dude there is that's Mushin, who's I mean, you guys know who he is probably. If you're an NAU, you know who he is. Geisha player. Guys, oh, Mushin got first Opera Singer on China server. It's pretty cool. So now I get first Opera Singer in Southeast Asia. Just watch. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe. I'm gonna start grinding Opera Singer, dude. Opera Singer is so good. Opera Singer is so good. Okay, let's look at these spawns. So, I definitely like Priestess Factory is good. Obviously, you can set up portals if anybody kites here. Wildling Middle is fine. I think this is a fine layout. This Prospector player is very good. This Prospector player is very good. So you guys are going to see in this match. They play very good this entire series. I think they 3-7 kite almost every game. So
see Seer spawn Shaq. Shaq is not exactly the strongest place to be, and Seer is technically the easiest target.
What's up, Alex?
For this clerk. So I'm kind of curious to see Seer spawn here. As a hunter.
Okay, guys, listen, guys. For those of you who want to play Aeroplanist, this is what I told everybody yesterday on the stream. Okay, if you want to play Aeroplanist, this is how you play Aeroplanist. This is the best way to play it. You just play Patient instead. That's the best way to play Aeroplanist. Just play Patient. Patient's just better Aeroplanist. There's no reason to play Aeroplanist. You can literally just play Patient. I mean, maybe there is. I don't know. I just feel like Patient's better.
You're not gonna chase Wildling, obviously. You're not gonna chase a Factory Priestess.
How are they already releasing a new character when Aeroplanist... Didn't Aeroplanist just come out, guys? Isn't Aeroplanist just coming out? Like, Aeroplanist is new, right? But then also Cheerleader, so is this like a double release or something? I don't understand. Is like a double Survivor release, or like what's happening with that? What's going on there? Because I don't know what's going on there. Chocho makes this thing. Don't listen to anything Chocho says, bro. This dude Chocho don't know nothing about. Yeah, Patient's more stable. We're gonna talk about Cheerleader later. We're gonna watch some videos about her. Okay, so guys, this player Love Theo makes a really big name for themselves in this series. Incredible kiting skill. So very fundamentally sound. I say this in the video, but very fundamental. So first of all, they utilize the locker speed boost right here. Okay. They're not going to throw this pallet because they don't want to give it free recording here. They're going to mind game. They're going to mind game. They're going to mind game. They're going to vault as Meowpie goes back. Beautiful timing. Does not have broken windows. I would have liked to see broken windows and not fly wheel, but it's all right. Magnet, because he knows he's going to get hit if he doesn't magnet here. He's going to record, so he's not going to throw a pallet. He's going to long magnet here to keep the distance. One use of magnet. He doesn't waste any items. Second magnet, he must use it here to avoid getting hit. He's gonna push, not pull. Very good. If he pulls there, it's for too short. He gets recorded, so he doesn't throw the pallet. He's gonna go over here. 2 magnets for avoided 2 hits. Perfectly timed. No magnet spam. No spam. He's not spamming anything. He's gonna flywheel this swing to avoid this hit. Perfectly timed. That does hit. I would have liked to see the owl get utilized there, but everything is so fundamentally perfect here. Meowpie doesn't even have a recording. He can't pick up a pallet break here. There's no recordings. They're on cooldown. And Cyphers are already 70 plus here. What's up, Melissa? How's it going? No, you're not late. Don't worry, we just started. And so look, he knows, so he's gonna wait. He knows he's gonna get recorded, so he's not gonna throw the pallet. Seer is observing. That's an early owl, but it's fine. Now he's gonna camp. And then guys, this is how you play around Clerk. Okay. So the recording's gonna run out eventually, and then you can throw the pallet. Once the recording runs out, if you throw the pallet, then the hunter doesn't get the recording. So he's going to wait for the recording to run out, then throw the pallet. Watch, ready? Recording runs out, then he throws it. Beautiful.
Excellent job from the prospector. As you see, he waited for the recording to stop, which means
now he gets his magnet back. Yep, and he doesn't get the recording here.
Excellent discipline. Now he gets another magnet back. This prospector is kiting incredibly well. And alongside here, we're going to see...
He gets excitement out too. Perfectly fine. 3 Cypher kite. Excitement is wasted. Wilding comes for the harass. I do think, like, I get what they were going for here with this, but I actually think Wilding should have saved and then harassed after he saved. I think that would have been stronger, actually. Yeah, his team comp is hard for Clerk, but I think the problem is the Wilding didn't push the hunter far away in any time that he harassed, so it kind of didn't really work that well. But now, I don't know how the Starvers don't win this game. This was pretty bad. I don't know how ST doesn't win this game. This guy 25 cyber kited here.
Saving grace here, possibly from Meowpie, is
Cowboy Lasso Airplane is the second floor in Moonlight. Okay, that could be pretty fun, actually.
He is on the Wildling, but he is injured, so it means that a non-tide turner character...
All the airplanes I'm gonna just smash into walls.
Wildling does get healed, in which case, that might be the play here, as Priestess...
Oh, Cheerleader's next season Essence on August 31st. There we go. Okay, that must be it.
Yeah, so we're seeing that Gris is decoding, is the only one decoding, which means that Meowpie can...
And so the problem now is because Wildling's injured, right? Wildling wants to be the one to save because he's Tide Turner. See, guys, you got to win this game from this position. You really have to win this game from this position. Wildling definitely wants to harass after rescue, so he's going to save. Misses the chip. That's really big. Wildling needs to... Wildling should harass. Guys, Wildling should harass. If he makes his portal, by the way, survivors win, 100%. It forces him to switch to teleport. He takes the chip, but he misses the portal. That was pretty unfortunate. I wonder if he just... Guys, I wonder if he just runs to the portal and doesn't try to body block the chip, he would have made it before the... Watch, let's see. No, yeah. But he can still kite here.
So they're actually unable to make it to the portal, but now we have Wildling here to support 2 body block. He's able to get into factory. He has a magnet to work with. This is going to be very strong here for the survivors.
You know,
again, that factory.
Yeah, I think Wildling should be harassing right now. He should not... Wildling needs to be on board right now. He's going to get this pallet here, but he's just going to get... Yeah... Okay, Wildling messed up. Wildling should have supported this better. Wildling should have thrown the... Okay, guys, listen. Wildling should have been on the other side of the pallet, on the outside of the factory, and thrown the pallet. That way, when the prospector vaults, the Wildling can continue to body block or stand in the pallet. Actually, Wildling shouldn't even throw the pallet at all. He should have let the prospector run through and then just stand in the pallet, and the clerk can't get through it. Wildling can literally just stand in the pallet and body block the clerk from walking through. He should have definitely done that. That's unfortunately a misstep. And then now he harasses. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. I think Wildling could have played this better, unfortunately. Even so, they should still win this position with this Cypher progress. But... Two pallet, one window. What? Okay, guys, you know how, like... when we play Survivor Rank, we have certain names for things. Like, this area over there is called God Kite. Chojo calls it 2 pallet, 1 window. 2 pallet, 1 window. Every time she tries, she's like, oh, the hunter's at 5 pallet, 3 window. 2 pallet, 1 window. 7 pallet, 8 window. Like, what? I don't know what that means. Oh, my God. So, he gets through double body block hit here. Watch this, ready?
It does remove the chances of a farm happening if 2 survivors can body block this. And if the body block does happen, Wildling can get on board and harass. They're going to get the save. Can they get the body block? This is super crucial here. It gets the hit through both survivors. What a play from the clerk here. We're going to see Priestess take the hit. This does give Wildling a chance to harass.
And the Priestess just gives too many free hits.
But the problem is his board is so much shorter here. He's not going to get that hit here. But he's already been...
If they get that body block, survivors win. If they get that body block, survivors win the game for sure. Yampai should have just waited until... See, the Wildling doesn't get a good angle, guys. Look, he needs to get off to the side, to the right side or the left side. So then when he pushes the clerk far away so the survivor can run away. But both times, the Wildling just pushes him nowhere. Look, he just pushes him here. This is not a good angle. So, I like the idea of playing Wildling, but I do think this player boss needs to practice Wildling more. I don't think they understand how to play Wildling properly. And I think that did cost ST the match here. Just a little bit of lack of game knowledge, unfortunately. Yampai definitely got a bit lucky here. I definitely think the survivors had the win here. And then now they just kind of throw away the game.
Now it's a lot harder. They have to try to go for the pop right now. Looks like they're not able to do so.
Now this is where Clerk gets strong. Once you get your first kill, Clerk becomes a lot stronger. Definitely not used to playing Wildling, yeah.
Survivor eliminated first, and right now 3 survivors left, 2 injured, 1 full health from the Seer side, and Seer does not have a bird. Wildling still has his boar. Priestess has 2 portals left. Let's see how they're gonna potentially place out. We do see that they're healing up in the bottom left area at the factory, and Hunter might potentially go for this Seer chase.
Okay, so here they're gonna heal up. All the players on this team are pretty good. I mean, this Seer is good mind games, goes for the pallet camp.
Does walk straight through the pallet, gets the hit onto the Seer here. He was camming the pallet, but didn't go for the pallet drop. And Seer's actually gonna...
Now, I don't know where Seer's going here. I think he lagged out, maybe, or... maybe some lag or something, yeah, a little... Maybe he didn't want to die in the last Cypher? I don't know, but that was... Whatever that was weird. I don't know how the survivors don't win this game. This was pretty bad from them. Priestess gets off here. Like, this position is fine. Changing the Priestess here was actually correct. I said it was incorrect when I was commentating, or I said it might be incorrect, and it actually was correct. Priestess definitely should not be giving a free hit here. Oh, she doesn't. Okay, nice.
Super aggressive, giving a free rescue and a potential free heal here.
Oh, that was pretty bad.
But he does get that hit onto the Priestess.
And right now on the bottom left, we do see Wilding and Seer healing each other.
No. Tenchi, he couldn't take the long portal because the clerk broke it.
Kind of losing, focus
You can use the chip record, the swing recording to break portals.
over here, and, yeah,
So he wasn't able to.
I believe. So, yeah, Priestess and Seer is healing up on the bottom left. We're seeing that once again. They're just trying to play this out for a very, very long time, Eli. How do you think this happens?
Yeah, Clerk's pretty good at hitting through body blocks. I don't really know why. Like, it feels like Clerk's hitbox should be similar to Photo, but like it's kind of not. Like, I don't really get it. Alright, like it's kind of weird.
Not acknowledging that. But as you talk about Wilding, he's a very safe character as you can just get on the board right away, and the Hunter cannot actually.
After we watch this match, we'll get to the Hunter kill. So this was sort of just like. They start a new cipher here. They just sort of chase people around a little bit. Watch it from here. We're gonna eat my. This is 3 meals a day, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is where the audio went out. Okay, we're gonna commentate. Oh, we'll commentate this part. Ready? Where did our audio go? Right here. I'll commentate already. Very nicely done. However, I don't know what I was gonna say. Looks like we are going to see the Priestess transition towards the factory area. This is away from the last Cypher machine. Keep in mind the Wildling needs to finish that God-kiting Cypher. It is 98% of the way done. But it is quite difficult for a Wildling to pop as their decoding is decreased by 30%. We are going to see a blink from the Hunter here. He's not able to pop the Cypher machine as well as he was able to get the block off there. And he does have the basement to work with. So this could be very interesting as this match plays out. I don't know exactly how ST is going to approach this. We will, I'd imagine, see the Seer coming for the rescue and Wildling try to prime. But again, the Cypher's only 98, which makes it very difficult for Wildling to actually get that pop off if the Clerk does go for a recording there. Looks like Seer is going to come in a bit early here, trying to farm that owl as much as possible. As you can see, it's about 50% of the way done here. Finally, he's going to drop down, take that hit, and go for that rescue. But again, the question is Wildling able... Oh, he did get recording. He ran back into the range a little bit soon here. He's going to get the down. Can he get the pop-off in time? No, Clerk cancels the recording there, and the Cypher remains at 98%, which means Priestess is now on share for the second time here, and nobody is able to go for this rescue as they are already at half health. Looks like they're just going to pop for the end game here, as there's really no other situation that is viable for them at this point. Clerk's ability is on cooldown. Their trait is on cooldown here. However, Clerk's endgame, as we all know, is quite strong, right? The ability to constantly pressure the gate by looking at it every 5 seconds is very, very powerful. And it looks like we are going to have, I think it's the Seer in the upstairs 2-story is going to pressure the rescue feeding tonight. It's keeping the Clerk here as long as possible, but it may not even matter as now the survivor on share, the Priestess, has expired. And we will see him continue after the Wildling here. It looks like Wildling does have that board to work with, but it is only about 35 seconds of availability here. He's going to go ahead and jump on it right now. Meowpie does know, since he's been on the board many times throughout this match, he is at the minimum amount of time, which I believe is 35 seconds if I'm not mistaken. So we should have the Wildling just draw him away from gate here. Seer will probably pressure the exit gate. Now, something that's really strong about Wildling in the end game is he's very stable for late game situations. Wildling can obviously keep as much distance as possible. There's nothing Clerk can do except wait for that boar to run out. And then now the chase does commence at this point in time. Now that the Wildling has been knocked off his board, he's going to go for that recording, try to get him to drop the pallet. Goes for the bait, does get the swing on the Wildling through the pallet there. And that exit gate is not yet open from the series. Able to get the recording there. Does he get the block of the gate as well? I think he probably did. And that gate is only about 49% of the way done, which means they don't actually have enough progress to finish here. He's going to go for it again, and I think he might have gotten him there. We're not sure. Obviously, it was definitely very close. And now the nice thing about Clerk here is you can actually see the survivor when they're recording. They're highlighted purple. The gate is blocked here, and he does know the direction of the Seer. So now for Seer, the goal is to hide away until detention does run out in about 15 seconds, and then go for the backdoor rescue on the Wildling. If you can keep both of those survivors up at the end game here, with detention out, there's still a chance for a 1 survivor escape. Now keep in mind the Clerk does still have Blink available. He does not have Trump card. He did begin with Excitement and switch to Blink late game. So there is still possibility for him to Blink on the Seer, but now the detention has expired. Meowpie did miss an opportunity to pick up a detention swing recording there, so there's no way for him to instant down this Seer. So at this, it's so hard to do it just solo. I'm like losing my breath here. He might go for, looks like he's just gonna most likely go for a swing onto the Seer here. Wildling can, of course, get on the board right away. Does he go for Wildling? Does he go for Seer? Looks like he's gonna go for Seer. Goes for the blink. Missing the blink onto the Seer. Goes for the mind game. Doesn't get that hit there. And Seer's gonna stay alive a little bit longer here. But he does have an owl to work with. Beautiful instant owl from Gris here. Able to keep himself alive a little bit longer, transitioning into the shack area. Meowpie, don't think has a window recording. Oh, he actually does, and that will secure the... Oh, no! He misses the swing onto the Seer. He's able to stay alive, does have that broken window speed boost to work with, and is able to make it to the center area here. Wildling, of course, is able to now try to pressure the exit gate. Seer goes for the mind game, does get the down through the pallet there. Now, the key here for the Wildling is he doesn't actually want to go to the gate. You want to hide away as long as possible, right? And that gives you, that means the clerk doesn't know where you are. If he doesn't share the Seer, this gives time for Seer to potentially self-heal as well. I can't. I'm losing my breath. Doing it solo is so... We should do the Chocho. How does Chocho talk? I can't do a Singaporean accent. I can't. I want to do a Singaporean accent, but I can't. It's bad. All right. That's enough. That's enough for now. It's not easy, guys. It's not easy. Clerk Game is very serious. What's up, Luna? How's it going? How are you today? Yeah, my voice definitely changes. My commentating voice is a lot different than my regular voice. Eli Minaj. My voice literally changes up for sure. Whoa! Look at that, dude. Look at this. That's crazy. Oh. Look at this dude. Look at this dude over here. Look at this dude. I need to learn from Panda, yeah. What am I talking about? I'm just talking on my ass here. Look at this. And the whole chat's like, we can't hear you. But guys, we have to keep talking here. We have to keep talking because in case the audio does come back online, we can't just sit here and say nothing, right? We have to at least like continue, like, because we don't know if you guys can hear us or not at this point. So we're just like continuing to talk and just being normal. Just read lips, bro. This dude talks too fast. This dude Chocho be talking too fast. Like, you can't read lips, bro. She be talking too fast. The prospector. I don't know. Are we back here? Oh, there we go.
We see that they're.
So Chinatown and Sculptor, Eli. What do you think about
Sculptor?
Yeah, it's interesting. Chinatown is usually not a great sculptor. I think Meowpie should try to play a little bit safer here and go with a more stable Thai character.
Bro looks tired. Yeah, I know. You looked.
Yeah,
What's the board? How's it going? Good to see you. Your hair looks like someone I don't know who. I don't know. Okay, so they're more scared of Nightwatch than Clerk, which is acceptable. So Meowpie playing Wheel here is definitely incorrect. Guys, I know I said this a lot. Let's actually listen to what I have to say.
With this Poland pick, you like.
Let's listen to what we talk about. Both me and Chocho kind of nailed the commentary on this one.
I think one of the things that there's a few things about Meowpie that I do like, and that he does play. He's just a very strong hunter in general.
Yep.
He's very good with a lot of with specific hunters. Obviously, Clerk, Nightwatch, Bloody Queen. But I think the one thing that's gonna have a bit of a negative impact on him in the future is he needs. I do think he lacks discipline in terms of character selections. He loves to play very aggressively.
Meowpie does lack discipline. Now, what's something very interesting in the match that they beat Axes, AXC, and Koa. They beat him 16-2. He didn't. He actually played everything perfectly. In the situation where I think it was this, he led Bloody Queen against Axis, a very good survivor team, obviously a professional team, and he was able to get a 4-kill. Obviously, he was just playing for a tie. But playing a tie hunter there is better because then your survivors can play for a win. I think the survivors did win, right? I think the survivors 3 escaped. Yeah, the survivors 3 escaped, and then it's better for him to play a tie hunter there. However, here, when you're already leading, it's better to play a tie hunter in this situation, not... Breaking Wheel, guys, for those of you who don't know, Breaking Wheel is like a do-or-die win hunter for the most part. Breaking Wheel is like a comeback hunter. It's not a hunter you play when you have the lead, ever. You'll never really see... I mean, maybe, but it's very rare. You're never really going to see a lot of IVL or IGL hunters play it unless they need to make a comeback. It is a comeback, late-round comeback hunter. It is not a hunter you play in a situation where you're winning in the second round. It's really not. So this
Looks like
pick
a
from
lot of
Meowpai is very
aggressive hunters,
undisciplined.
such
That's
as
something that he
Breaking
does.
Wheel.
Meowpai is very, very good. He's one of the best hunters in Southeast Asia, right? If not the best. One of the best for sure, right? But he does lack a little bit of game sense and discipline when it comes to character selections. This is not the right character for this situation, and you see it almost backfires on him. He does manage to barely tie, but it's because he got pretty lucky on Terror Shocking the Mercenary.
Clerk. Both characters.
Yeah,
are
Breaking
not
Wheel is extremely
particularly
high risk, high reward character. Definitely not a character you play
strong
while
in this sort of
having the
instance.
lead.
When you have a lead as a team.
Actually, I talk about it
you're
right here.
not a lot of
Here we go.
aggressive hunters, such as Breaking Wheel.
This is really important,
Clerk.
guys.
Both characters are not particularly strong in this sort of instance. When you have a lead as a team, you're going into a round such as this against this sort of team comp. When you have a lead, it's so much safer to just play a tie hunter and hold on to that lead. You know your survivor side is very strong. You know your survivor side has gone through the strongest hunter with that Nightwatch from Kwang in the first round, which means he no longer will have a character such as that later on. So as long as you hold the lead by playing a safe tie hunter such as Bloody Queen or Bonbon, that makes the most sense. Playing a character like Breaking Wheel here, this is usually a character you want to play when you want to try to make a comeback or sort of work out of a deficit or try to gain an early lead in an early rounds because you already have the lead. Playing Wheel here, it doesn't seem ideal, but it could potentially work out. Also, playing Wheel into Merchant is also very weak. Merchant is
Also, Merchant counters Wheel. That's another thing. So, I don't know. He wanted to show off. Maybe that's what I was thinking. Obviously, I can't say that when commentating, but I do feel like he was doing that a little bit, and I feel like that is incorrect, especially against a team like ST. I think because ST was an unknown team, but ST ended up being very good. This team is very good. If Idle underestimates again, they will lose to them. I will say this right now. Idle cannot. I think Idle definitely underestimated this team. If any team underestimates ST again, ST will win. ST is that good. I really think so. I really think this team has a lot of potential going forward here.
Hard for Breaking Wheel to deal with.
So I think GH Idle, they need to treat ST like they're playing another a GH. Idle and GH need to treat them like they're the same level 100% because I think they actually are. They definitely are.
I think
this team is very good. This team is very underrated.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this.
And then the personas. We'll talk about the persona in a minute.
Is kind of aiming for. Yeah, I mean, we kind of beg to differ, but you know what? It's Meowpai. You know, just give him the
DX back in the day when we always played high-risk hunters. If you notice, DX doesn't do that anymore. DX plays very safe, very, very smart, and that's why DX is become the best hunter in the world because he...
Into this match, spawn locations, we do see it over here. Like you mentioned, it might potentially be a prospector kiting this out once again. We'll see whether Meowpai wants to go for Love Theo again.
But the thing is, Breaking Wheel's not really a comfort pick because if you watch Koa when he played against some of the best teams in the world, he didn't play those characters. He didn't play Wheel. I think he only played Wheel against Omega, right? I could be wrong. I'd have to look back at it. ST was one of the highlights. I think people just underestimated ST. And then this persona as well. This persona is definitely wrong. And I'm just gonna be blunt, guys. Listen, I love Meowpai. I think he's a very good hunter. I'm not putting him down in any negative way. I'm just trying to give constructive criticism, right? Because I think if he does learn these things, he will become even better. That's why I'm bringing this up here. And so, an insolence trump having no detention is very risky. This is even more risky. So you're playing a high risk, high reward hunter with a high risk, high reward build, right? So it's sort of like having no detention. Insolence trump card is basically saying, I want insolence for early game so I can get quick downs, and I want trump cards so I can control Cypher's late game, like switching to peepers or abnormal, and control Cypher's late game and never allow them to pop the last Cypher. And then that way I don't need detention. So this build is entirely built around, I don't want them to get to endgame at all. I'm trying to get a 4-kill before we get to endgame. But there's no reason to play that sort of build when you already have the lead, right? You would only play this sort of build if like, oh, I have to 4-kill or else my team loses. That's when you would play this hunter with this build, right? It's somewhat okay to play Breaking Wheel when maybe in a situation like this, maybe if you bring like a detention safe build, maybe, but not really. But the fact that you're playing Breaking Wheel at all, especially with this build,
but looking at
that's something that needs to be, I definitely think should be changed.
Believe me, I don't really want to deal with that as well.
What's up, Angel? How's it going?
Left, right. He doesn't have detention, so this is.
So that's a really
This is like
actually, I'll let myself explain it here. I don't really want to talk about it anymore.
This is like the build where it's like a 4-kill or nothing build. So playing this in this situation again,
Tocho agrees with me, by the way.
It's curious, right? Meowpai having a lot of confidence in the Breaking Wheel here, really wanting to try to play aggressive, really wanting to take even more of a lead than this team already has. I guess Idol really just wants to close things out in 2 rounds here. I guess is the situation. But this is the most aggressive character and build he could have played in a situation where his team is already leading. So we'll see how it ultimately pays off here. Looks like first chase is going to be onto the Prospector. We did have double fly.
Now, guys, watch this Prospector. I love this Prospector. Very good kiter. Extremely good kiter.
Theo positioned himself in a...
Takes notes.
Usually using that two-story is a pretty nice place to be against a breaking wheel when they're in that wheel form. Being out here in the bottom in the open,
He does take early spikes, which is not really ideal, but he kites really well. So he does trap the door. He knows he's going to go for the trap on the door, so he goes for the stun instead, which is right. And Meowpie has excitement, but he doesn't use it. I don't know why Meowpie doesn't use excitement here. This actually really kind of frustrated me. I was like, just use excitement, dude. What are you waiting for? What's up, Deed? How's it going? He can just excitement right here and get the down.
Could have excitement and down them there, but
And then now the kite extends another minute for no reason because he didn't want
through the trap. He could just flywheel the trap here. He's gonna flywheel the trap there. Does miss the next trap. Excellent discipline from the Prospector, and Meowpie trying to play, trying to hold his excitement for later. Actually,
works out for the Prospector.
Because there's no blink, he can just throw it on this pallet and keep running away here.
Yep.
So if he can dodge this trap, which he is able to do, this Prospector. Such strong fundamental game. I really love
this Prospector really very much impressed me. I don't get impressed that much, that often. I will be blunt. I don't get impressed that much, but this was extremely impressive.
Beautiful mind game, extending the kite even longer here, Chocho.
Now I feel like maybe he could have gone to another pallet here and tried to keep himself alive a little bit longer, but this was still a great kite. Now I don't know why the Antiquarian's not here to try to bait out excitement. She sort of just ran away. I think they knew he had excitement because he never blinked. But she should have definitely baited out the excitement, so Prospector could then use a magnet to rebound kite. But now this is a 3-cypher kite almost. If Mercenary didn't get Terror Shocked on rescue, this was a win for Survivors. This was pretty unfortunate. He forgot his excitement. I guess so.
And now just imagine the excitement that magnet way back at the
Yep, if Meowpie excitement that magnet, that kite was super short. Okay, now right here.
Prospector to flywheel, but if he didn't flywheel that hit after
Merc, see.
Then he gets a Terror Shock onto the Mercenary.
That was the game-changing play. That was the entire match right there. Because not only does him Terror Shocking Mercenary give full presence, which means Prospector can now not rebound kite, it also means that Mercenary cannot decode. So that Terror Shock literally gave the tie to Meowpie. If that wasn't a Terror Shock, Mercenary just took a basic hit. I don't know why Mercenary just went straight forward. It's a wheel. There's no reason to do that. Just take the hit first, right? If he just takes the hit, then Survivors are able to win here. But because he's able to get this Terror Shock, now it becomes a tie position. Because now he can just get out. He can full presence him right there. And he wouldn't have the full presence if he didn't get the Terror Shock. And Mercenary would have been able to pop the Cypher while the Antiquarian came for the rescue. Now they can't go for that play.
Now it's going to be a lot harder for ST to actually play for a win.
Yep.
That one crucial play on Meowpie side, the Terror Shock, really turning things around, and we're seeing TTN with the Antiquarian coming in for this rescue. There's seconds.
The gasp. Let's listen to Chocho's gasp, bro. Listen to this dude. What did this dude say?
Theo actually works out really nicely here because there's no.
Let's hear this dude right here.
Even longer here. And now just was an opportunity for Prospector to flywheel, but if he didn't flywheel that hit after he used excitement, then he gets a Terror Shock onto the
This dude is so... Yeah, I love Chocho, bro. She's hella funny.
It's gonna take that to actually play for a win.
This dude gets so surprised over plays. Oh my god, this dude gets... Yo, just so you guys know, me and Chocho are best friends, bro. Like, we mess with each other like that all the time. It's hella funny. Like, it's all fun. Alright, so she missed the stun here. She does get that one to buy some distance. Now, Meowpie does excitement here. Prospect actually messes up. She flywheels to block the... That was pretty good. Now, she misses the body block. So if oh, she just missed it. Do you guys see how close that was? Look at this. Ready? She's right there. How does that actually hit? I don't know. If that hits the Antiquarian, then Survivors also win. Because the Cyber Machine's 50%, the last one, and Prospector then gets to run upstairs. He has magnets. There's no excitement. He can kite for a long time from there. Yeah, and he should have baited excitement. Ended up not mattering, but if that's another missed opportunity. If ST gets the body block there, they win. And if Mercenary didn't get Terror Shock, they win. So if Mercenary didn't get Terror Shock, ST actually wins the whole series because the 3 escape would have won them the whole series. If Antiquarian got that body block, ST wins the whole series. If they got the double body block in the first round against the Clerk, ST wins the whole series because they would have gotten one extra escape. If the Wildling was able to get the pop off in the first round, or they didn't get basement, or they played the endgame better, ST wins. So there's so many ways that ST actually would have won against Idol, who's one of the best teams. So that's actually really impressive, right? And I don't even know who this ST team is. These guys just came out of nowhere. I know all these Idol dudes. Like, I know these guys. They've been playing ZT. They've been playing in Southeast Asia for many years, right? But ST, this Vietnamese team, I believe, that just came out of nowhere, and they just really looked like they were going to win. There were many opportunities in which they could have won. If the Nightwatch in this next round gets a 4-kill instead of a 3-kill, ST wins, right? So this was a mistake from the Merchant. I'm not really sure. She should have set up her catapult and just jumped on it when we got out of wheel form, so I'm not really sure what that was about. But
unfortunately, from the Merchant is going to miss out on that opportunity. Yampa, again, is going to continue to play this strategy aggressive. He switches traits right away, but the Cypher Machine is primed, so he's unable to...
If there's no gas when Chocho's commentating, that something's wrong. If there's no gas when Chocho's commentating, it probably means her internet died. The McDonald's Wi-Fi was kicking in real hard that day.
We'll see if this still works out. He does need a double spike to get the down.
Now, she should have waited until he got out of wheel form.
Merchant is going to use the catapult.
I think Chocho mentions this.
I really don't quite agree with jumping but before Hunter actually becomes
Take notes.
Absolutely.
Right now, Grizz is just gonna be instant down
Yep.
next to his catapult. There's nothing he could do. If Grizz just waited at his catapult, even if he got the 2 spikes, even if he open become wheel form, you can still jump, create distance because
Hey,
Hunter
also guys,
spikes
just so you know,
like snap when you're
ST's not out of it.
so
Yeah, they're still in the lower bracket. So for those of you guys who don't
but we're seeing
know, IVC is double elimination. So they're still in it. ST just is in the losers bracket now. So they can still win this tournament technically. They're just going to be in the losers bracket instead of the winners bracket. So it's a little bit harder, obviously, but they're not out of this yet at all. They'll just have to win a lot more games. Okay, so this is a 2-2.
Avoid that trap and get that speed boost. Definitely a chance to make that there, but it is ultimately...
Ew, who is this guy? Ew.
Yeah, absolutely. As a toy merchant player, you want to wait until they... We'll see. Lawyer's not that good against Nightwatch. Like, if you take a hit and you get your veterans bonus, the Nightwatch catches up right away. So...
And they banned Soul Weaver, which is understandable. Now, I don't mind them banning Weaver here because Soul Weaver on Chinatown is very good. But they definitely need to ban Nightwatch in the later rounds, and they don't do it. And I think that's really, really a big mistake from Idol. But by the way, guys, why is it that they call weird names? Look at this. Burt Bees. This is Burt Bees Lip Balm, and the flavor is Let It Snow. Guys, what is Let It Snow? Let It Snow flavor Burt's Bees. What is that? What does that even mean? I don't know what that means.
They're definitely in a... They
Want to see more ST matches? You guys can watch the preliminary match for ST.
Yeah, I think it is.
If you guys look back to the start.
Yeah, and we're seeing some might potentially be picked over here.
Does Chocho gas when she tell her she messed up her catapult placement? Oh, she doesn't gas for that. She already knows. She already knows. I don't even gotta tell her. She already knows.
It's not banned out yet. So
She already knows.
considering that this is a map, and also there might be a Nightwatch being picked over here. Hunter actually skipped his last ban.
If I'm playing Survivor Rig with Chocho and she's playing Merchant, I see a catapult, I just dib. I don't even take the cat. I'm like, nah. She's like, oh, we got a catapult set over here. I'm like, nah. I'll just kite. No, I'm just playing. I guess Chocho plays Barmaid now. Barmaid. Ugh. ST and Noir, yeah, we'll see. One of those teams will have to beat each other, though. That's the thing, because they're both in the losers bracket. What does Let It Snow mean? I don't know what it means, bro. I've never seen this before. Yeah, middle game had some issues. The early game Kiter with Lev Theo was really good.
Obviously, Professor and Prospector are both pretty strong into Nightwatch.
Even when I cast it sound like a coach sometimes. Oh, that's good.
But,
so they just give this guy Nightwatch 4 rounds in a row, which is really wrong.
From this team, or else it's not really MX without a starter character. So it looks like it is gonna be Nightwatch as we expected here. Now, keep in mind, Chinatown is a very good Nightwatch map, very open, a lot of opportunities to the Nightwatch to dash and catch up to the survivors. It's very hard to avoid the wind here as well, as there's not a lot of places to break line of sight. You do have some nice pallets to work with, but overall...
The dead skin on your lips will flake off like snow. Is that really what it means? There's no way that's what it means. Is that actually what it means?
Pretty good against Nightwatch. The map is very beneficial.
Oh yeah, there's a thief every round because it's MX. He plays thief every round.
Actually, something that
Except for the first round.
about MX characters, right? That he usually picks like those starting characters.
But the thing is, Thief is not very good against
Really kind of
Nightwatch,
do
so...
connect with people who just started to play this game, where they don't really have a lot of characters. They just have like the lawyer, doctor, thief, all the very characters that are free, basically. Yeah, it really do give them like a chance to see.
Oh, someone put a comment. I don't know if it was in this one,
MX is just like,
but it was
covering
like...
all of that. I think that is something that MX can do and not many other players in
Eli needs to stop thinking he knows what thieves are doing. He doesn't know how the character plays.
They really like
Okay, I guess I don't know what Thief does, guys. I'm sorry.
Whatever we're seeing here. Shadow is with this professor.
I'm not trying to be toxic, but what does that even mean?
Do
What?
you think Kong might potentially go for professor, or do you think he's just gonna go off for MX?
I think he'll.
I'm sorry. They said thieves. They didn't even say thief. They said thieves.
I don't really like
Pretty sure it's
Mercenaries
thief.
fun.
Ugh.
Mercenaries
Thieves I know
definitely
is more than one, but
the map. Spawning
I don't know
at
what
the
thieves does, guys. Sorry, I shouldn't commentate. I shouldn't do my job. It's literally my job. Whatever. It is what it is.
Getting a safer spawn to a mercenary is usually
I've
not
decided
ideal,
at this
but,
point I don't really care
yeah,
about the
MX
comments
really
anymore,
bold here,
but
spawning middle map as the thief.
I usually don't even read the comments anymore because people just say stuff, but
We'll see how it does pay off. We also have prospectors.
me and Chocho are sitting here commentating for 5 hours and 38 minutes, and people want to go in the It actually pisses me off. This is why it pisses me off, because we sit here commentating for 5.5 hours. 5.5 hours, trying to do our best to bring good commentary for you guys, and people just have to say shit. That's why I don't read the comments, because like, why does someone feel like they need to say something like that? Like, we literally work on our ass off for 5.5 hours straight. We talk for 5.5 hours straight with only a 5-minute break in the middle.
Which means that Cypher Machine will be locked.
And people just want to say stuff, dude. Like, it's so discouraging, right? Like, this is why I don't read. This is why I rarely read chat, and I apologize, guys, for not reading the chat during these tournaments, during the live stream. I read it sometimes. But not that much, because I don't. Any little thing is very discouraging for me. And I really don't want to throw myself off, because I really want to try to keep everything as positive as possible, right? Did you see Kozanek from Zeta's Prospector in finals? I haven't watched the finals yet. Actually, I know Zeta won, but I don't no spoilers besides that. I want to see exactly what happened later.
All right, so it looks like he's actually gonna go towards.
Thief Main's attacking Eli in the comments.
Thief is
I know,
actually
more
on
excited
the other
now.
side of the map. I believe.
What's up, Ray? How's it going? Welcome back.
So, yeah, it's gonna go first page chase professor, which seems like the harder chase target out of these other characters, but yeah, he's actually gonna commit to that here. For those of you wondering why he's actually changing his camera angle down, he actually gets a Hunter's Instinct speed boost. He's actually gonna go for.
Oh, this is really cool. So, guys, notice how right here he looks down when he's chasing the person. Watch.
Harder chase target out of these other characters, but yeah.
Okay, for those of you who are beginner to Hunter, watch what he does here. Look at right here where my mouse is. So see the ear tinnitus. This is impulsive. So when you charge attack, you get an 8% speed boost when you go for a charge attack with a 5-second cooldown. That's impulsive. But watch this one right here. He's gonna get the little panther right here, or cheetah or whatever it is. Right here. This is Hunter's Instinct. When you're chasing a survivor but you're not looking at the survivor, you get a 1.5% speed boost. So that's why he's looking down. He's not looking at the survivor. So he gets the 1.5-second speed boost, and now it disappears, obviously. See, we just talked about Hunter's Instinct speed boost.
Yeah, he's actually going to commit to that here. For those of you wondering why he's actually changing his camera angle down, he actually gets a Hunter's Instinct speed boost.
Yep.
He's actually going to go for the swing.
And so a lot of, you guys notice Dongshuan always does that, right? A lot of the Chinese hunters do that, but a lot of the other Southeast Asian hunters don't do that. But Kwang does this. He's next level, right? Like, he knows what he's doing. Impulsive is good on Night. I think Impulsive is best on Nightwatch, because you go for the speed boost, and then go for the charge attack, and you go, it's crazy. Double speed boost. Like right here, you go for that speed boost. Well,
Wow. I didn't.
what the fuck? Oh, I remember this. I was like, why did this hit? Guys, how does this hit? What? That makes no sense.
Oh, it hits that. Wow. I didn't. Usually that doesn't.
That makes no sense. Here they kind of messed up.
Excellent job, from Kwang there. Prospector with the
I don't know why
back.
Prospector just stood here. He literally just stood here.
Excellent job.
Oh, he got pulled by the wind. That's why. I see.
Gets the hit and cancels the attack recovery. So Kwang is taking huge advantage over some slight missteps from Idol. Mind game here.
He does flywheel this.
Goes for the charge attack. Is beautiful flywheel.
Very, very nice flywheel there.
He is able to avoid that hit, but just gonna go for the. Oh, Prospector misses a magnet. Another wasted magnet.
Why did he throw a magnet here?
Charge attack is beautiful flywheel. And he is able to avoid.
I'm not sure what was going on. I don't know what that was. Maybe he was trying to.
Another
I don't know.
wasted magnet here, unfortunately, from the Prospector. And Kwang is in a
Impulsive as Ripper is funny. I feel like it could be good.
Slight missteps here from Idol.
He's gonna pick up the magnet. It's gonna
and
disappear after 15
Watch is
more
very
seconds.
uncharacteristic of them.
Hitboxes are fan shaped. They are fan shaped, but not when someone's behind a pallet. If they're behind the pallet, then it always blocks. So I don't know why that hits. For those of you who are just joining the stream now, after we watch this series between ST and Idol, we're gonna go ahead and we're either gonna look at Zeta or I think we're gonna do the Hunter tier list next. We'll do the Hunter tier list next. Professor wastes the scale here. I don't really know why. Thief goes for harass here, but ends up. And guys, tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the Thief harass did nothing in this match, and the person in the comments is just talking shit. Like right here, what does that do? Yeah, it doesn't matter. And so the person in the comment who's talking shit about me, saying, Eli doesn't know what Thief does.
Yeah, I feel like MX unfortunately losing out on decoding by going for that harass, and it didn't end up mattering as he was able.
I guess I don't know what I'm talking about.
On the Cypher machine as well.
All right, we're gonna. I gotta stop tripping over. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna keep things positive. We're gonna keep things positive. Yeah, I think he wanted to balloon rescue, but he just missed. That must have been it.
Idol survivors. I mean, this might potentially be the strongest survivor.
Oh, the cheerleader. We'll watch the cheerleader, the new survivor next, and then we'll do the Hunter tier list right after that.
Very, very interesting.
After this series.
MX is still trying to harass, but getting that
Oh,
hit
he gets the hit.
Professor POV would have helped that. Yeah, I wish they see. Like, guys, guys. What is the secondary camera? We're looking at a Merc decoding. Who cares? They have the decoding here. So why do we have the secondary camera of the Merc decoding? What does this do for us? What like what is this? Guys, we need to have like give here the Professor or the Thief's perspective. What does this do for us? What does this do? This does nothing. Give the Professor's perspective or the Thief's perspective right now. That would be so beneficial for people watching. This does nothing. The Prospector running across the map, what does that tell us? Nothing. The Merc decoding. Why have a secondary camera? Like, Thief's perspective here would be so nice. Decoder main. Thief's perspective here would be really nice to see. Right? Am I right? Like, if I'm wrong, tell me. But I just, like, I don't understand why we're looking at decoder. Like, I don't get it. I feel like we would just lose out on a lot of nice gameplay that we could be watching, right? But I don't know.
And Thief also has used about half the flashlight, although the flashlight cooldown.
The edge of my seat watching Merc decode. Does he have flywheel? Oh, he doesn't flywheel. I don't know why he didn't flywheel here. Maybe he just tried but didn't get it off. I don't know. What's the best stars are going?
Yeah, and we do see that it might be potentially Chet at Mercenary Cypher over there. Do you see it? Actually, one of the last two ciphers that have been touched.
It's better we had a Merc opening a chest as the main screen. Oh yeah, we had a Merc opening chest as the main screen. Oh, me and Chocho were losing our mind over. We were laughing over that one. That was pretty funny. Now, Kwang does mess up. He could have 4-killed this game, but he actually makes a mistake. We'll talk about it when we get there.
Most survivors are not decoding, so I think it's gonna be Prospector actually saving a mercenary decoding here. Looks like to be the play, but that cipher's only 10%.
When you mentioned the trump card speed boost, it made me think of Nightware's passive 10% speed boost for the same conditions to activate.
Repulsion that we're seeing there. MX is.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't get it.
Yeah, he missed flywheel here as well,
The fast swing from
which is pretty bad.
The Nightwatch MX.
Probably a hindsight name. And now he can share on the last cipher again, right? And he still has trump card, so he actually wastes his trade. So he should have saved. He should have gone for abnormal play on the other cipher watch. You'll see in a minute what I mean. So now Thief's dead on share, right?
He has many options to play for a win here. Kwang's also going to take down the window as well here. So yeah, I don't know what Idol can do here. I guess Mercenary saves, but it looks like he's just going to change targets to the Prospector now. And Prospector stays on the cipher.
He could have just downed Prospector there. I would have just downed Prospector. I would have just down Prospector there.
Prospector, right? Share on the last cipher.
Yep.
I think that would have been fine even because MX wouldn't dare to kind of.
Oh, he's getting excitement. Just flywheel. Can Mercenary?
Oh,
No,
if Merc got that body block, they could have tied if Merc got that body block.
And that cipher is at 70%. Now the big question here.
Mind's Eye was used. Mind's Eye is usually used like one time in the entire IVL or IJL as like a really like surprise situational pick. It's really not that good, but it does. I will say it does come up at least once every season.
Yeah, it's definitely.
But I didn't see where it was. I'll have to go back and look.
But Leah is.
Maybe we'll watch it on stream. That could be
Will you see
interesting.
him? Oh, it seems to be that he's kind of focused
he
on
just is,
Prospector.
Oh yeah, over Prospector though. So, oh.
Chocho's gonna ask, what do you think of Turbo being able to fly out of the game and then would hit them? Oh yeah, Chocho can. You can ask her about merchant stuff. Nice flywheel. Xenia is very good. I think this is
Mercenary prime this in time. No.
Xenia? Xenia? I don't know.
Does expend an elbow
This is Shiza or Sidza or whatever his name is from ZT.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just see how he's gonna play this out. But Kwong right now, he can. This is definitely gonna prone to BO3. It's just that whether he can get this 4 kill, because if he does, the score is just extremely flipped already.
So if he waits for abnormal and abnormal's the 90% cipher, he wins the E4 kills. But and then he can just pressure both ciphers over and over, wait for his abnormal to come back, and abnormal again. He just keeps abnormaling. Obviously, the abnormal progress is less every time, but he can still kick the ciphers down so much where they can never pop them, for the most part. So he could literally just go switch to abnormal, kick the 90% cipher down to like 40 or something, and then he just wins the game. But he doesn't do that. He wastes excitement right here. Watch. Why? See, that cost him the 4 kill right there. That excitement cost him the 4 kill. And now Merc can pop. Oh, and then that's done also. Let's Merc prime. And he can't have normal. And that was such a big play. Your tournaments use 1 rescuer or 2 rescuer. 1 rescuer, you go single tied 1 rescuer. And that's usually officer or Merc. Sometimes you have to go grave or wildling if the others are banned, but it's usually officer or Merc. And then you just go like 3 kiters, maybe 2 kiters supporter, 2 kiters and a decoder, something like that. Sometimes double decoder, but very situational, so it's not as common.
I really hope Kwong really plays this right. But
yeah, it's always fun to see characters that don't get picked, but then it's always like, why do people play them? So here he just waits for his trait cooldown. And then
he can run across the map. So
this play right here, if he downs Merc right away, ready? If he hit, I don't know how that didn't hit.
There's the dash. Can he get this hit? Goes for the speed boost.
How did that not hit?
This is the hit. Gets the pallet son. Has the excitement to secure the down.
If he down Merc right there and then teleports to gate, then it's probably a 4 kill because Merc heals slow, but he missed it. So Kwong missed a lot of missed opportunities. ST had a lot of missed opportunities to win this series. I think like 4 or 5 missed opportunities in this series.
Slowly, so he would have had time to maybe down Prospector, then go back for Mercenary. Sir doesn't.
And then they don't ban Nightwatch, which is definitely incorrect. They should ban solely for Nightwatch here.
Maybe eyeing up Bonbon as well.
Okay, guys, do you want to continue watching this series? I'll be up to you guys. Do you guys want to continue watching the series right now, or do you want to go watch the Cheerleader video and review the new character Cheerleader? Do you guys want to watch the new character video, or do you guys want to continue watching this for the rest of the series? And we'll come back and watch it if we don't finish it now, but what do you guys want to do? I'll leave it up to you guys. Continue here, or go look at the new character, and then get into the 100 tier list.
Alright, Eli, you said that Coordinator is great at this map. It is now currently being banned, so the last pick onto Idol's side, I really feel it's one of those free characters that we get when we start playing this game.
Do you guys see when Al found Explorer at the beginning of the game as Nightwatch? The crowd stream's so loud. Yeah, it's really big. If you find Explorer, it's totally game changing. Love to see extra round of tournament just for fun where players can actually use 50% of characters. Yeah. Cheerleader, continue. Cheerleader, continue.
Oh yeah, like 1 echo or something.
Cheerleader.
Whenever the first time you buy echoes at any point, you get a free coordinator. I think.
Oh, we can watch Cheerleader later too. We can watch it later too.
Yeah. But it looks like
a lot of people want Cheerleader.
So yeah, I think Nightwatch is.
Let's go.
It's not a great Nightwatch map, obviously. So maybe that's the.
Let's go watch the Cheerleader video, and then we'll come back and continue this after. Let's go look at the new character at Cheerleader, and then we'll come back and we will come back and finish this after. I'm actually really curious. Let's see. Do we have any good videos here? 95 fan 50 seconds. What is that going to tell me? 14 seconds. What? Oh, Moby Dick did a video. Oh, I can't say that's swearing. I'm just kidding. What video should we watch, guys? What video should we watch? Do you think Nautilus would be viable if he was allowed? Maybe. Situational.
Oh,
50-second video, and I still gotta watch an ad, bruh. Welcome to YouTube. It's 7:20. Okay, so she's zooming. Okay, I don't get it. What does she do though? What does this do? So she can give a speed boost to a teammate. Oh, that's cool. So she can revive a teammate. Does she have to? She has to get them up to 30. If she gets to 30, then she can revive them. Is that what this does? They can use 5 for a speed boost. And then 30 for a revive? Is that what it is? But the amount of time it takes for her to do that, don't they just lose so much to coding? She's observing. She gave him what? What did she give him? I don't get it. What did she give him there? I don't get what she just gave him. Oh my god. YouTube, dude. 1080? 1080? 60 HD? Yo, Clutch, who did this? Clutch person here, dude. I don't know how to pronounce this, but something studio. Clutch with a 1080. Oh, it's 49 seconds. Dude. Why is your video 49 seconds? Wait, this is the exact same video. Okay, so why, so. You lose so much cipher progress. Geisha Gaming's video is 14 seconds. Guys, these are guys, these people are literally just recording, screen recording the other video and just uploading it separately. Guys, are they not just screen recording this video and just uploading it separately? Like, I don't understand. Oh, that's the whole length of the review? Oh, okay. All right, well, that makes sense, I guess. Okay, this is nice. This has, okay, this has, writing. Who uploaded this? Geisha Gaming? All right. Okay, this skill allows you to increase your movement speed and clear their, okay, negative effects of movement speed. Okay, that's cool. Okay, I guess. This skill allows the cheerleader to reduce the speed of their teammates' handheld cooldown. Oh, okay, that's actually pretty cool, I guess, right? You can just instantly get it back. That's nice. Yeah, but this you lose so much to coding. This is really bad. This is really bad. You lose so much to coding. I don't like this. I mean, it's a cool ability. Like, this would be good in tarot, right? But this is just really bad. I wonder what people say in the comments. I don't care about speed boost reduction and don't mind if they nerf it, but their revivability must stay. It's so fun. They're not gonna nerf it. This character is not that good. The decoding is so bad. You lose so much decoding speed. She looks complicated and a little underpowered. I agree. This was right. Underpowered for sure. In my opinion, in my opposition, in my opinion, I think I'm gonna say she's gonna be the best assist survivor. No, her decoding is the. She's gonna be the no guys, her decoding. Why do people just look past the decoding, dude? I expect her to do cartwheels. Guys, this character seems really bad. I'm gonna be honest. This character does not seem very good. Like, her ability is super cool and unique, so I think that's why people think she's good. But her decoding, the cipher is gonna be terrible. Not even worth it at all. Guys, think about it this way. Okay, I want you guys to think about it this way. Think about it this way. Ready? Okay. If you are using this ability to get them really high, and then they use their ability to revive themselves, even if the survivor gets down, they revive themselves again. How is that different than just giving a Seer Owl? That's literally no better than giving a Seer Owl and making the hunter go for an extra hit to get the person down. That's literally the same thing as like giving a Seer Owl to force the survivor to take an extra hit. That's literally all it is. Seer is just a million times better, right? Like, am I wrong? Like, Seer just seems a lot better. And also, if you go for that, and also the amount of decoding time you lose to build up those stacks on the other survivor, you have to stop decoding, go all the way over to your teammate, find them, and then use the ability on them, and then go all the way to a new cipher machine. You lose so much time, and if you are going for a person and giving them the stacks like that, right, then that's really bad because that person's probably not getting chased. They're probably chasing a completely different person at the same time while you're giving the stacks to that person. And then those person has stacks for no reason, right? So isn't that just like, that just seems really totally not good at all. That just seems really bad. I mean, definitely a sports survivor, just not a good one. I mean, to me, it seems really bad, but obviously she'll be annoying for sure. I just think she's... What? Guys... She's tarot viable for sure. Very good tarot survivor. But a ranked survivor, tournament survivor, no shot. Alright, let's get back to our... Not IVL. Jesus. How do you see? Okay, so if you guys want to know what I think, not very good. B tier. C tier, maybe. B minus? I don't know.
Dancer's obviously difficult.
And then the cooldown, canceling the cooldown. Guys, also canceling the cooldown doesn't really do anything. Because think about it this way. I also want you guys to think about it this way, right? A good survivor, maybe 10 stacks for healing. I'm not sure. But either way, the amount of time that you have to stop to go to give it to someone just does not seem that good. Meta is definitely Cypher Rush. Have little girl sing to Cheerleader while she's chased around Cheerleader for the person actually kiting. There you just lose all your decoding. What's up, Carl? But guys, if you recharge... Guys, but think about it. Every survivor ability buys time. So like a patient uses a hook and you give them the cooldown back right away. What does that do? That does nothing because by the time the hunter catches up, the cooldown will already be back up anyways. Or by the time the gravekeeper they hit the shovel and the hunter catches up after their attack recovery, the shovel cooldown's already up and they can just use it again. Right? So every time a survivor uses ability, they'll have it back by the time the hunter catches up again anyways. So there's just no point, right? Like, it doesn't do anything. Against a good survivor, it does nothing. Maybe in lower tier it could be useful to help out a lower tier teammate who doesn't really know what they're doing. But anybody who has any idea of what they're doing, it does nothing, right?
That's very beneficial.
Like, in what instance do you need to use back-to-back abilities right away? Unless a prospector messes up a magnet, as long as you're not messing up your abilities, you don't need to use it. I wonder what Psyche has to say. I wonder what Psyche has to say. What's up, Mackenzie? I wonder what Psyche has to say. I'm going to message Psyche right now and ask him. I'm going to say the chat wants to know.
But before that, his selection, a Nightwatch. So, Eli.
They should ban Nightwatch here. They need to ban Swaver and Nightwatch, not Sculptor. Sculptor ban is incorrect.
He can, I mean,
Nightwatch is too strong.
He can definitely chase the thief. But
Also, I like playing forward because he's really good, but there's some match team comps I should avoid playing forward in. Forward should be the only rescue character. You don't want to play forward if there's another rescuer. Then your decoding is too slow. You only want to play forward if there's regular decoders. Priest counts as a regular decoder. Even though it's 10% slower, it still can count as a regular decoder. Same with Coordinator or something. But you only want to play forward if there's no, like, 20% or slower rescuers. Actually, 15% or slower, so Gravekeeper counts as well. You only want to play forward if all the decoding speed for the rest of the team is 10% or lower. Then the decoding's too slow.
There's many ways where Dancer can be very strong, but especially center map is usually the best place for Dancer on a lot of maps.
Psyche, what do you think about Cheerleader, Survivor? The chat needs to know. Pull up with the clutch info.
I don't think there's any.
All right, we sent it. Let's see what Psyche has to say.
I
I think Psyche might... Is he out of town still? I think Psyche went on a trip to Poland, but I don't know when he comes back, actually. My message was drowned out, so I don't know if you saw it, but did you hear about Novelist getting a rework? How do you think they changed him? Do you think he needs it? Well, Novelist isn't really used in tournaments because he's not allowed in the tournament server because of... He's very glitchy. I actually don't know what his adjustment is. I'm gonna be honest with you, Ego. I apologize. I'll go ahead and look it up later. But yeah, I think Novelist, in terms of rank, I think Novelist is not a bad character at all. But you have to use him properly for sure. There's a very specific way to use Novelist. I think a lot of people misuse him for sure. I think the ability cooldown is good as a professor. That makes sense. If it's a professor, that can make sense. But most characters, it does not seem very good. And it's an extremely long cooldown like a professor, then that makes sense. But for most characters, it just does not seem very good.
Let's see how I might potentially play against them. This is your caster Chocho and Eli.
Instead of Priest, well, also Priestess. Yeah, Priestess is also better. Oh, that's like he should be back for me now. Maybe he is. I don't know. I messaged him on Discord. If he sees it, he'll see it. He'll see it. So here, this is the match where the officer just doesn't use a watch. I don't know why. Like, officer should literally just use a watch. Guys, always use your items even as a rescuer. Always use your items so you don't give a free hit. You don't want to feed presence. You don't want to get hit. Like, why they like a full.
Officer doesn't use a watch, so he just gives a free hit right away here. So unfortunately,
It hasn't been announced yet. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I don't know, Ego. I mean, Novelist I think is pretty good. Maybe a rework makes him usable in tournaments because he won't be as glitchy. I'm not really sure.
He's already taken a first hit.
Yeah, and he's kind of.
They haven't said the changes. Okay. Yeah.
And he is out of range. Yep.
He glitches and game lags.
Yeah, let's see on the. Oh, the teeth is
So here, Dancer uses 3 boxes. I don't really like this. I only like 2 boxes. Thief actually messes up here. He actually cancels.
Thief goes for the flashlight. It just cancels the box.
He cancels the box animation, which ends up buying no time at all. So that's actually a missed up here from MX, unfortunately. And this is why you don't really want to put 3 boxes down, because now the Dancer, if Dancer ever gets chased, she has no boxes, and all the boxes are now wasted. So I definitely think that... I think Kwang should just blink through that wall and got a first hit. So he would have had presence to dash after the thief. I think Kwang waited way too long to go for the first hit.
If he just waits for the wind, he can just win the thief. And there's not much.
Kwang should just blink.
Goes for the charge attack and does actually get the stun.
Nice job from MX, but I do think Kwang should have blinked near the window. He should have gotten a first. He would have gotten a first hit, then he would have had presence.
Any more boxes, but it looks like he's actually.
And then he could have gone. Then he would have had dash available.
Coming into this, I mean, if Itakwa.
See, now he has dash, but it's because he waited too long.
But MX is gonna stun the hunter again. Coming into this, the first skill is super important. Right now, he can dash towards MX without fearing that the hot shot is gonna happen. But MX not even gonna give the chance to kind of.
MX doesn't. Guys, look what he does here. He stands behind the pallet so he doesn't get sucked in. Watch this. Look at how smart this is.
Do that. Wow.
Very, very intelligent play there.
Able to just kind of guide out within this area. Let's see if this hit registers.
Nice flywheel.
Oh, does the flywheel?
Yeah,
That's a
really nice job.
Flywheel to keep this kite alive a little bit longer here. He needs to use his dash.
Kwang plays around Thief really well. I mean, Kwang plays really well. Like, I like Kwang's... He's very mechanically gifted, as Potch would say. To take a reference out of Potch Spice Dictionary, he's very mechanically gifted for sure. I think Kwong really has very good game mechanics. When I say mechanics, I mean like controls by using your, changing your camera angle, things like that. And then when I say like game sense, obviously it's game sense.
And yeah, let's see the first officer actually coming in for the rescue. Looks like we're gonna see that.
When should Ford harass?
Second one here.
I should always feel like he should finish the cipher. I really, it's extremely situational, Shock. I don't really know how to explain it. If we see a forward match, I'll go into more detail, but it's not exactly when you finish a full cipher. Obviously, you want to finish a full cipher. It's very important to do that. Usually that's the case, so usually you should have that mindset, but it's actually very situational. I don't know why he wasted a flashlight here.
I'm not really sure the reasoning for this. He also wastes his second flashlight as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's wasting flashlights.
Just a bit of misused items here.
It doesn't even stun. I don't know what MX is doing here. I feel like Idol, maybe at least not Idol, but I feel like MX definitely trolled too much here, and it definitely almost cost him the win.
Stuff coming to this, Leah. Not get that
yeah, he forces him out of hospital. That's really important. Now we're gonna see. He needs to just hit right away to force the save.
I feel like Idol definitely did not play this as well as they should have. I feel like Idol made a lot of mistakes.
Oh, but he can't pop it.
If he downed him there, he could have actually chaired him. That's an unfortunate miss.
Oh, but we do have the second survivor in to potentially pop this cypher. She's just gonna wait for a straight here. So Kwong can still.
Same with Battered Anti. It's actually not. It's a little bit different. Battered Anti is very similar. Forward is actually a little bit different. Battered Anti is very good for supporting while the person's kiting, keeping their kite alive a little longer. Kwong should have waited for a straight here. Although, I think Xenia just dies right away.
Yeah, seems to be the case. Xenia will be getting this down very fast. Female dancers opening the back gate. Leah is still the MX is at the front gate. So
yeah, all the survivors are here.
Whereas Ford also can go for that, but Ford's harass should be done like if someone kites near a forward cipher. Forward should go for a stun when they hit the survivor and go into attack recovery on first hit, so they get the first injury. And then the 100% attack recovery. As the attack recovery is finishing, you want to go for a stun to make them be stuck there even longer, and then that gives more distance to the person that was rescued. Also, Ford wants to stun off of chair, which also anti and batter can do, but its forward stun is actually a little bit more valuable. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Hopefully, we'll have a match here. It'll be easier to explain that way. Kwong actually does a very good job of securing a tie from a losing position. It's pretty impressive, I have to say. He also had Flywheel. This was a great prediction. If he didn't get this prediction here onto the Thief, this would have actually been a win for Survivor. So the fact that he was able to predict... Kwong's game sense is also very good. I think Kwong's a very good hunter. I would have loved to see him play other hunters, but they just gave him Nightwatch every round, so he just kept playing Nightwatch, which is correct. I agree with him continuing to play Nightwatch here.
This will be a 3 escape if they can heal. He needs... Actually, this is really intense. Wow.
Yeah, because I mean, Female Dancer is the only one that's full health right now. There is still 35 seconds left in this tension.
Okay, guys, we're gonna take my time for my. Okay, I need everyone to rate Fruit Loops on a scale of 1 to 10. If you're American, you know that Fruit Loops is the go-to cereal. If you're from somewhere else, I'm not sure. Maybe you guys have some other type of cereal that people like. But for us, for the people from America, I do know that you guys know this is the go-to. Don't judge me for eating it out of the package. It's literally the go-to.
We should expect a flywheel. There's the flywheel. He needs to get this hit before the survivors make it the exit.
That was. I'm actually surprised that registered.
The hit registers. Any body blocks.
That looks oddly familiar.
That seems oddly familiar, but and he does get the.
You guys know what I was referring to? Oddly familiar is when Momo got body blocked against Nico in Fusion versus Omega on Fusion versus Omega on in qualifiers for NAAU, and the reason why Fusion lost to Omega was because of that one single play. This play right here, where you get body blocked there, is so annoying.
Any body blocks are from running away here. That seems oddly familiar, but and he does get the onto the dancer.
He can potentially chair this, and there's still teleport, Eli.
Yeah, there still is teleport.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if he'll teleport though. I feel like that's a little risky.
Yeah, it might be. They're still healing up though. You don't want to get the game.
Low for strawberry jam. That's understandable.
Yeah.
Also, guys,
yeah,
Captain
it's-
Crunch
it's-
berries.
can't teleport.
I think for those of you who know Captain Crunch,
Just run
Captain
away
Crunch
here.
berries I think is really
So that is
underrated.
going to be a 2-2 for this game, but excellent.
I've actually never had
comeback
Reese's Puffs. I actually
from
want to try it,
Launch
but it's really
here.
expensive here in Thailand because it's
And
imported.
That's going to be a 2-2 on Sacred Idol. The third try to.
Why does Chocho look like a bro? Looks like a hologram. Look at the lighting. She looks like a hologram.
Yeah. But maybe more of a preference thing. Maybe Bloody Queen.
Yeah, it was pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is,
I don't
right?
know. I think it just has to be.
All right.
One other character. They could just ban Nightwatch if they're really worried about it, but of course we talk about Nightwatch is not as strong on Sacred compared to some other maps. But I think definitely Clerk. Oh, they banned Dreamwitch and Ann.
So these bans here are really weird.
Ann is very underwhelming on Sacred. This is one of the weaker Ann maps. And Meowpai doesn't really favor.
This didn't really make sense. You guys see why Ann is really bad on Sacred? And you guys see in the next round where Godjay played Ann, he almost got 4 escaped. And that's because Ann is just so bad on this map. But stop playing Chocho. No, I'm allowed to actually. Chocho says stuff about me too. Chocho be roasting me on the live stream. You guys watch the live stream, you see what I'm talking about.
Does play Dreamwitch, but I mean, if you're comparing efficiency and how well they play, I mean, comparing it to a very well-known Dreamwitch main in SEA, I would say.
Get a nice haircut. Thank you. I gotta get a haircut again. My hair's been getting pretty long. I probably need to get a haircut again soon, honestly.
Newer, I think.
Yeah,
Less
newer and-
experience.
Correct. Definitely have to agree on that. And right now, let's just Explorer.
I think Love Theo kites every game, right?
I mean, Greece does have this Explorer being picked last week, so just want to eliminate the effect of
Explorer ban here is nice. I like that.
Cannot find the person at all. That's gonna be really annoying for him.
I don't really want to explain. I think I talked about why Explorer is good.
Explorer is good against Clerk. You can't really record the Explorer. You can just pop the Cypher instantly, so that can also be a factor too. And then also Explorer is a character, like you can take like Explorer and then one other character like that's weak at kiting, spawn the weak at kiting character in hospital and just spawn the Explorer anywhere because you can just hide.
Yep.
So that might also be the reasoning. I'm still thinking about the Dreamwitch, like sort of makes sense because like Dreamwitch is a scary character, but as you talked about, Meowpai, it's not one of his main hunters. You know, it's sort of one of his.
Go rock, and I'm not gonna get a bald haircut.
Surprise hunters, maybe later on. It's not really something.
That is not. I love my hair. That is not gonna happen.
So banning Dreamwitch is very interesting, and then banning Ann is, but Ann is very weak on Sacred situation. But
And then they go Enchantress, which I actually don't mind Enchantress. Enchantress is pretty good against Nightwatch or Clerk. And Bonbon.
Against Bonbon, the Enchantress, Love Theo again. We talked about this player being very strong kiter. They are going to take that kiting Enchantress character. And
So guys, we see Love Theo kite again.
Pretty effective against Bonbon, and that every time you do take a chip hit, you gain a
Mohawk? No, that's not happening. Netties would fire me. I wouldn't be casting anymore if I got a Mohawk.
You do build up to 3 stacks. You can 3 stack. Use that time to transition inside.
Yeah, I don't know why Hospital's. I don't even know why Hospital's a map in tournaments.
That will be the case. And whether
I literally talked about it during this tournament when we were commentating. Every map is relatively balanced, except for Sacred. Sacred is just so much. It's like every map is kind of balanced, like Arms Factory, Church, Eversving Town, Chinatown. Even Leo's Memory is kind of close to them. And then Sacred is just here. Sacred is way as an outlier. It's like if you look at a graph, all of them are kind of like around the same thing, and then Sacred's just boom, the outlier on the graph. Sacred is such a huge outlier. Now Meowpai doesn't have detention here. I think Meowpai needs to learn to bring detention. Even on a hunter like Bonbon, it's so risky to not play detention. I think that's definitely incorrect. It ends up being okay, but what's up, Ray? How's it going?
But both are also okay here.
Yeah, but we do
Yeah,
see
so-
that Meowpai does not have any detention. Confined space
Yeah,
and
noted. See,
so
Chocho points it out. No, you gotta have
skill-wise,
detention.
It seems to be that it's a peeper.
In this meta, you have
Peeper
detention.
here,
It's too
and
risky
yeah,
to not have
he's
detention.
Love Theo, which is the Enchantress at
So Enchantress rotates
Once you
here
get
first
Love
kite.
Theo
I feel like
and
Enchantress could have stayed Shack, maybe.
second half, potentially the
They
last
should have
half.
thrown this pallet down. This was not a
This is so,
correct.
This is so interesting.
Definitely needed to throw that
If he
pallet
doesn't use
down.
this pallet, he might actually just give a free hit. He does use this one now. Can he
Look at
dodge
these
this bomb?
very nice Dawn.
He's able to avoid
You
that
guys
first
see how see how a lot of survivors would just run straight in a straight line and absorb the bomb chain hit, but Love Theo runs at a 45-degree angle left away from where the bomb's placed, and that makes the depth perception hard for Meowpai, and he misses because of that. Watch, he does it again here. Oh, here he just stuns actually. Notice for those of you who play Enchantress, notice how he waits to stun right before he's gonna go for the second bomb. Meowpai wants to go for the second bomb, to go for the chain, but he actually stuns right before he's gonna drop the second one to cancel it. And watch the bomb cooldown.
down.
Actually, it
Oh,
doesn't
uses the
cancel
stun
all the way, but it
to
makes it so he
avoid
can't go for the
bomb.
chain, which is really smart.
Very nice timing there.
Notice he runs into him to avoid the bomb chain, forces a basic hit, no free chips.
He actually used the stun right before Meowpai was about to throw the chain bomb. So that was actually very smart from him. And he gets a lot of distance here as Meowpai thought he might have stayed near the power.
Yeah, he gets a lot of
distance.
distance.
Away. He also
I feel like
has
maybe his route could. I feel like not having broken
here.
windows kind of sucks.
Don't
Oh, he
have to worry
flywheels.
about that.
Look at this, guys. Look at this. He goes for the 45. Everyone who's learning to kite Bonbon, look what he does. He goes for the 45-degree angle here, or I should say they. I don't know their pronouns, so they go for the 45-degree angle here. Look at this.
He also has
Watch this. Ready?
Blink, so Enchantress knows they don't have to
Look at
worry
this.
about that.
45-degree angle. Beautiful job from them. And now, watch flywheels the bomb.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful fundamentals.
I mean, looking at the ciphers, but he's not interrupting any of the ciphers here. And
Here, I think you have to absorb the bomb. Not much you can really do. There's nothing you can do there. But now they got a 3-stack.
There's the 3-stack. He's going to be able to use this to make distance. There's no insolence, so the control bomb is not yet ready. Now, there is a peeper at the shack area, so this vault...
Look at this, 45-degree angle. Do you guys see? They go at the 45-degree angle to the left, and they dodge every single bomb because of that. They dodge every single bomb because of that.
Because of this. Has one more stun. Will he use the stun right now?
They dodge that one.
He's going to use it to keep kiting even
Incredible.
longer. What a nice
Very...
kite from the Enchantress. I think he might go down here as, yeah, not much you can do there. But he is finally going to go down. But almost 3 ciphers stun. Another... This is 3 rounds in a row. Another incredible kite here from Love Theo here. So he's gonna get.
I think it's
the
Love
over
Theo.
on the shack.
Not Love Theo.
This
Love
is
Theo. I don't know.
going to be a potential sell. I think if they sell here, it's an easy tie. If they go for a rescue, they can win because they have enough cyber progress. All 3 cybers pop all at the same time here. If they go for a rescue and they get the save off, they could win.
They should add Asylum. Nah, dude. No shot. That would be really bad. After we watch this match, guys, we're gonna do the Hunter tier list for this season. So,
but Mercenary is coming really close.
He's either feeding Tinnitus or he's going after half. It looks like he's gonna go.
So Merc here just he runs into that. Merc should have. I think Merc should have attempted a rescue. I feel like Enchantress could have rebound. He doesn't have Blink, and Enchantress has stuns. Yeah, that's the prospect from last time. If they go for the rescue and they get the save without getting double hit against the Bonbon, they win the game. I think they should have gone for a rescue with Entomologist. Entomologist should have brought bees, and Merc should have gone for the save. So I think individual skill. SC has a lot of very skilled players in terms of kiting, but I think they lack support. This is something that's going to hurt ST. I think if they learn how to support, this team could be the best team, the best Survivor team in Southeast Asia. Because their skills are very good, but they lack support. It's like 4 ranked players playing together. 4 really, really good ranked players playing together. Because what they should have done is they should have had Ento bring bees to help support the Merc rescue, and then push the Hunter away, and the Enchantress can rebound. And the Ento supports the Enchantress's rebound, and they would have had enough cyber progress to win the game if they went for that play. But they didn't go for that play, and now they can only tie here. So ST has a missed opportunity. See, like a great dodge, just a very nice skill, very good skill. Very good dodge here.
Yeah, able to avoid all those bombs here.
He's gonna bomb over.
Bomb to work with. He goes the
Dodges the bomb.
Does he take the ball? Oh, he does. And he misses the swing. And he misses the control bomb. What a turn of from this acrobat. Beautiful, risky but beautiful play. This ST team continues to surprise.
And watch this, ready?
We're gonna see.
Meowpai got played a little bit here.
Very careful. He's gonna avoid those chips. Needs to force a basic hit. Does get the beast out. Cancels the beast to avoid the swing as well. ST really just kind of playing with Meowpai here, and Meowpai again. We talk about.
And if they went for that rescue,
one of the best, if not the best hunter in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
And this
against Meowpai's a very good hunter, and he's struggling against this team here.
I mean, it's really impressive. Does get that first.
But he does secure the draw on Sacred, which is important. I do think ST could have won if they played it differently, but.
Can you get this last one? It's very important. They're trying to push these ciphers.
Meowpai doesn't chain 3 bombs, but Robert, he's far away. He's throwing the bombs. He's throwing from a distance, so it's hard for him to hit the. It's hard for him to go for the triple when he's far away here. Like here, when he's dropping them next to himself, it's easier to triple. But when you're going for the throw, it's hard to go for the triple.
He won't be interrupting any of the ciphers, Eli.
So.
Things-wise is looking really
because I think Meowpai, he's probably out of range in a lot of them. That's why.
There is still this trump card, and
Eli, did you see in the other tournament how a team chose Golden Cape for their map? Huh?
the thing is here,
That's a joke, right?
Very aggressive build. Again, he didn't bring the tension. He does get the double hit on Mercenary, but Mercenary can still make the rescue. Cypher Machine is prime. He's gonna teleport back, but the Cypher's prime.
Yeah, the Cypher's prime, so he makes the rescue anyway.
For the rescue and get it. They're gonna prop the Cypher. They get the save, and they do have.
Yeah, so he ends up just wasting his trait here.
Will not matter.
I guess he was just sort of hoping the Cypher wasn't primed.
That first ship there.
And I guess it's a risk worth taking because it's gonna be a tie anyways. So you might as well go for that risk.
So he can down this acrobat.
Is Breaking Wheel returning to the meta? Not really. I mean, it's Breaking Wheel is still playable in very situational spots where Hunter really wants to try to make a comeback, or if the team comp is really bad against it. But for the most part, he's not main meta. He's playable, but he's not main meta.
Is gonna make it out as well. And SC managed to get a tie.
Yeah, they need to learn team support for sure.
SC wants a tie here. They want to be able to pick the round, the map.
So this was another 2-2. So we're still tied up. Everything's still tied. Now we're into round 4.
Build with Blink.
We're in round 4 and everything is still completely tied. We skipped way too much here.
Do you see Love Deal with their
Okay, so here's a forward game for those of you who are wondering. So forward is really good in this team comp because there's no other slow decoders. When I say slow decoders, I mean anything that's higher, that's 15% or higher. 10% or lower is a regular decoder in reality. Obviously 10% is not regular, but it's close enough. 10% or lower in reality is pretty regular, whereas 15% or higher is slow decoder. So forward with regular decoders is good. That's the only time you should play forward, is one non-regular decoder being the forward, and then 3 regular decoders here. I can't make the quality better. They should not ban Ann here. Meowpie was never going to play Ann. I don't understand that ban, but I guess they're really worried about Ann. How do people flywheel perfectly? It just takes practice. Just going to customs and practice with friends or against a Nightmare bot, maybe. Yeah, Breaking Wheel's never going to be S tier. Even without Flywheel, Breaking Wheel still control, but Flywheel's such a hard counter. Also, Breaking Wheel gets countered by certain maps as well. They can't run Flywheel and knee-jerk reflex. It's true. However, Flywheel is still very good. And Breaking Wheel is also very map dependent. He's not good on Arms Factory, he's not good in Church, not good in Sacred, and not that good in Leo's. Mostly good on Ever-Sleeping Town, Chinatown, Moonlit. He's actually not that good on Lakeside either, believe it or not.
And then also the map is also more beneficial for Survivors. Arms Factory is difficult for Nightwatch. It's very easy to break line of sight. There's a lot of high walls. Nightwatch struggles.
I'm looking behind me. Yeah, I mean,
I think overall this
it just comes down to practicing timing for sure.
We'll have to find out. First chase, probably gonna be Magician here. He is also being able to block off the Factory Cypher because he is on the opposite corner of the map. So that Cypher Machine with broken favorite.
See how Ford has single tied, everyone has broken here.
So I think that
Psyched is not a broad time. I don't really know why that doesn't make sense, but I don't know.
Yeah, but he's just gonna turn his hits around going through a 3-pallet area where
I think this Ford does play very conservatively though. They don't even play to be like a harasser, they just play as a rescuer, which is fine. You can play forward passively or aggressively, both are fine in this meta. Remember, decoding is key, so
we might actually see
just pushing ciphers and going for regular rescues as forward is fine.
Something to note as well, Prospector, Psychologist does not have borrowed time.
Half the Meta Hunters being replaced by Nightwatch, true.
That other thing. Broken Windows build. So they don't have borrowed time. Prospector does have Flywheel. He's actually going to go first chase Prospector here. Going to go for that Magnet right away. Trying to play around.
See, Prospector does a good job canceling the win. So Meowpie actually loses the win and it goes on cooldown because of that job. Good job from the Prospector there.
Careful of that as the Prospector.
He's going to blink first hit. Prospector could have Flywheeled and then Magneted to avoid it. But it looks like he did not go for that. Now, he does waste a magnet there. That was Love Theo's one magnet. That was the only wasted magnet in the entire in the entire 4 rounds here. So that was a bit unfortunate, but yeah, forward does something important. I'll point it out. I can't remember if they do or not. I think they actually made a mistake, if I'm not mistaken. And if they make a mistake, I'll point out the correct play.
Oh, he doesn't use it. I think it's good not to use it there. I mean, there's nowhere you could go. I think maybe
when you're defending a lead in tourneys, it seems Ever-Sleeping Town is a must-ban map with how many hunters are go to that map. I agree, yeah. It's a pretty good map for sure to ban, because Ever-Sleeping Town is very versatile. That's why it's one of the most selected maps in the entire game, because it's very versatile for most hunters and most hunter pools.
Opportunity for rebound is possible because we do have one magnet to work with. A second one will be online. Eventually,
Psych knows about Cheerleader and doesn't even run
I think
time.
they need to go for a before half rescue. But the forward is very far. The forward is very far.
Chad wheel, flop wheel, true.
Here he comes using all the football. Is he going to try to hit the stun here onto the Nightwatch?
Oh, no.
No, he's just going to stop it.
Okay, so
To work with. A second one will be on.
Ford needed to come sooner to make the rescue here. He should have used the football like an elbow pad. He should have used the football like an elbow pad just to get closer. He should not have gone for a stun. He should have footballed to about right here, right where this barrel is, right where this pallet is, right about here, and then ran in and made the rescue. He should not have gone for a stun because he wasted too much football. Watch, if he stops his football right here, look at how much football he still has remaining. He still has almost half, which he can then use to support or harass. But because he uses all his football to go for a stun here, or for him to stop here, he doesn't have anything left to harass. So he makes the rescue before half, but now he has nothing to harass with, and now Ford can't do anything here. So if you want to use Ford as a rescuer, as a passive rescuer, just use a football sort of like an elbow pad, if that makes sense.
Meowpie is going to break that magnet, and we'll see if Prospector could rebound. Still has the flywheel. Oh, and he misses. Missing the flywheel there, so the opportunity for a potential win here on the Survivor side may no longer be available anymore.
Yeah, we do see the psychologist is healing the forward using her whistle, and forward will be coming for the second rescue once again.
Okay, so here,
looking at it, forward is actually decoding, so nobody's gonna come for this.
they have enough ciphers to win, technically. I mean, every game ST has enough ciphers to win, but they always fall a little bit short.
It seems to be that
Psych heals forward here. I feel like they should just push ciphers and not heal, but I don't know. This magnet's fine. Nice illusion. Magician should be body blocking here. I don't know why Magician's not here to body block. I don't know where he is. I'm not sure what happened there.
He's going to go down. Magician was not there for the body block, which means it's most
Yeah, it's unfun to watch Nightwatch. In this series here, there was 5 Nightwatches out of 8 Hunters played. 5 of them were Nightwatch. But that is because Idol never banned Nightwatch, which was definitely incorrect. The first round Soul Weaver ban on Chinatown makes sense. After that, they should have just banned Nightwatch every round, and they didn't, and I don't know why. I think that's definitely incorrect of them.
60% plus on both of them. Looks like they're going to stop and heal up here. Does he see where they're healing? Looks like maybe.
He's going to go for that psychologist with no stress anymore. Grace is going to take this kite. Something interesting, though, psychologist.
Who is the shortest hitbox?
Oh, but he didn't take the vault. Beautiful discipline from the psychologist.
This was a nice job from Psy. Guys, if the Hunter has Blink, don't vault in front of the Hunter. Look, she's pretending like she's going to vault, and then, see that?
But he didn't take the vault.
She could have vaulted after. I don't know why she didn't vault after she got hit and then get a speed boost, but
Taken the vault there and not really prepared for Blink.
she somehow lives through this.
He's actually just going to go down anyway, so excellent. No, he flyless. Can he make the window? He makes the window.
Wow.
That is
Pretty good
yeah.
from the Psych.
Yeah, I'm
Very
not sure
impressive.
whether Malphite took notice that she does not have 3 because of the flywheel and then the speed boost, but we'll see whether Malphite kind of make use of it.
Yeah, Meowpie should know that she doesn't have borrowed time. Magician illusions. Guys, did he body block himself here? Guys, did he body block himself here, or did they body block themselves here, or did they just not run anywhere? I think they just body blocked themselves, or they didn't run anywhere and it actually worked as a mind game.
He is half health though, but making use of the magician wand and
wow, beautiful utilization of the illusion.
Look at these mind games, dude.
Able to avoid this. He might
Does still go down.
Charge attack does get the charge attack down.
Let's see if Psyche responded to the message about the cheerleader character.
Stayed there, and it actually worked for a second. Did buy enough time here. Now this is
Okay, guys. We have the Psyche response right here. I have no idea what she does. Okay, he wrote it like. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the chat. Ready? I'm gonna copy and paste into the chat what Psyche said. Actually, no. I'll just here. I have no idea what she does. Dash Psyche. Okay, look here. I'll hold it. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see that? See how he wrote it? He writes, "I have no idea what she does." In quotes from Psyche. I have no idea what she does. Psyche. I still haven't played with the Jetpack Survivor since I came from Poland. Also Psyche. Also, did Opera Singer get nerfed since a month ago? Because I came back and her hit recovery and missed hit recovery is way slower. Clueless Psyche. Look at that. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see that? Oh, let me make it full screen. Let me make it full screen. Can you guys see that? Yeah, anyways. That's how you wrote it. I don't know if you guys can see it. If you guys can't see that, then I don't know, but that's
I think if you're Meowpie, you actually commit to the forward endgame. You don't
here.
commit to the
I'll copy and paste it into the chat.
illusion. So he can kite endgame, potentially kite to dungeon, and yeah, he's going for forward. That's absolutely the correct play here. It's a lot harder for him to kill the magician than it is the forward.
Yeah, and Reduce the Suffer is pop. Meowpie has vision of psychology, I believe, and right now, oh, the vault happens, so he can't really do anything with the forward at this point in time. He does have 4 charge, though. We'll see how he's gonna make use of it, but he doesn't have any bow anymore. Seems like he's gonna be down here without anything to help him kite. Oh, and missing that swing, okay. The referee wants to register regardless, but the gate has just detached.
Okay, this is how he. This is.
He's gonna charge all the way to back gate.
No, I can't say it. It's too many words.
So aggressive.
Okay, we're gonna cut this
He
out.
might actually be able to make it though. Yeah, it looks like he is able to actually make it. So the aggressive gameplay from Meowpie. No, he's gonna go back. So
Why can't I send this in the?
Why go this far just to leave? Oh, he's actually gonna go the other gate.
Why can't I write things in the chat?
Have an illusion to work with. So magician can potentially kite here. He's gonna go for the instant.
It's like that,
drop in time here.
and then like that.
Mind game magician needs to use this illusion.
That's how he writes it.
Does not need to use it as speed boost. Now,
What's up, Zeus? How do you feel about Cheerleader? Not good. Not very good. The decoding, the loss of decoding is so bad, and the ability to heal after the survivor goes down. How is that any different than just Seer giving an owl? Cheerleader seems really bad.
Kind of catch it. I mean, Nightwatch is.
But I don't know. She seems very underwhelming for sure.
But Meowpie seems to be really rushed at this point in time. He's been missing quite a few swings since the endgame started.
If I remember, I thought she did get nerfed, but I could be wrong. Clueless. Clueless Luca.
That he has in hand, and it will be a tight situation once again in this VO3 overtime first half, and it will be like.
Okay, so this is a 2-2. I don't even know what's happening. 2-2 here.
On their map selection, so yeah, it's been really intense. We do see the Nightwatch being played out, and
This game came all the way down to time. This was a super close game here.
And the officer with the tie toner, of course. And it looks like
I mean, Officer's kind of broken.
detention, so he actually has no confined space. So aggressive.
You think her support can be good?
Sort of realizing that
But Zeus, think about it this way.
wanna try to play,
You have to literally walk all the way to you have to be next to a teammate, right? To give them the stacks, right? So you have to walk all the way to your teammate to give them the stacks, which means you lose a lot of decoding, and then you have to run all the way back to another cipher to give to start decoding, right? And then if you're giving stacks to another person, that person's probably not getting chased. That one's probably chasing a completely different. It's probably giving the stacks the person getting chased is probably something completely different all at the same time, right? So then it's kind of just seems useless. And then the ability to stop to remove the cooldown seems useless because if you're using an ability to create distance like a patient hook or something or an acrobat bomb, by the time the hunter catches up again, you're already gonna have the ability back anyways. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. Someone said something about Professor and Cheerleader that I think maybe could make sense. I think that could make sense. But other characters, I don't think make sense. But I don't know. I could obviously be wrong, but that's just how I see it. It does bait an early owl here, which is nice. And he doesn't. Now he gets a free because he. Very smart play to take down the pallet. Seer should have ran to another pallet instead of staying at this one.
So an unfortunate misstep from the Seer allows for a first hit, and now the blink is here available for Kwong. He's gonna blink straight through. He's able to get the down while also getting an extra.
And we're also just looking at the thief decode instead of actually looking at the Seer. I don't know why the thief's just we're looking at the thief decode. I feel like we should be looking at the Seer's point POV, but I don't know. Yeah, we already watched. You can look back at the stream, Bruno. It's still there. We went back and looked at it. We looked at Cheerleader a little bit.
And then also coordinator, as we talked about, not as strong against a Nightwatch. In that
She can make anti hit 6 times. I guess with anti combo could be good. I guess like an anti combo plus or professor combo. But I feel like it's super situational and only with certain characters. I think with most characters it's just not good. But when would you ever need to hit 6 times with anti, right? Like you're usually gonna hit twice, and then by the time the hunter gets it back, then you go for the left, you go for the last swing. Then by the time the hunter gets their ability back, so you hit twice. And then the hunter follows you around because they can't swing for like, whatever, 7 seconds or whatever. And then by the time that's over, then you just hit them with the third one, right? And then they can't sit for a few seconds. And by the time the hunter is catching up to you and trying to go for another hit, then you have the first 2 back and you can go for the first 2 again, right? So it doesn't really feel like it's that good. I mean, obviously the timing is not exactly like that, but it kind of feels that way. But I'm not really sure. Again, it has to be tested and stuff. We'll have to see. He needs to hit the SEA here. And why do we have the coordinator decoding? Guys, look, we should be looking at the Thief's POV right here. Ready? This is right. I'm glad we see that Thief's POV. This is super important POV right here. Then what is this? Guys, what is this? What is this? Why are we looking at the coordinator decode? How does this give us any information? We can literally see the decoding bar here. This is so useless. I have to talk to the prod team or something because this is incorrect. It's
because what this does is this means the cipher decoding is slower, which means the game is longer, and Idle wants the game.
Yeah, you don't need excess at like high tier gameplay. Well, in theory, right? But some of these high tiers these days. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Oh, but he has another bird.
That another owl is really important.
Xenia able to suck another bird for that to tank that hit from Kwang, and right now Hunter is second skill though. He can still easily catch up to Xenia, but wow.
Could be decent if the cowwave. The cowwave misses a lasso.
At this point in time, it's really fast. Not even giving Kwang a single chance to kind of vote over, but
yeah, I mean, there's some ways, there's some combos that you definitely could work her with, but does he have? Oh, he doesn't actually have the speed boost trait when you charge attack.
There's no one here to support as well.
I feel like the only thing she could be useful for is resetting cooldown for certain characters in situational positions. I think when it comes to solo queue, she should never be played. She's not a solo queue ranked survivor at all. She's definitely not a solo queue ranked survivor. I think she's very situational tournament survivor, which makes her B tier in my opinion. That's the only way I see her played is B tier situational rank tournament survivor. Extremely situational. Okay, guys, right here, this is really important. This match comes down to time. So Kwang needs to get a tie and extend the time past 7 minutes and 2 seconds. But he takes the basement here. He shouldn't do this. He should go for an abnormal on the last cipher. Kwang ends up actually throwing the game because I feel really bad that Kwang messed up. Kwang really messed up. As soon as he's down here, he should go to the cipher and abnormal it. And that would slow the game down so that it would take another 2 minutes to another 2 or 3 minutes to finish the game, and then they would win on time. It's the faster survivor escape. Keep in mind, ST had a 7 minute and 2 second escape, so around 7 minutes of escape time on their survivor side. So now Idle needs to tie in under 7 minutes, which they are able to do because Kwang did abnormal. So if you had normal to cipher, it slows the game down enough where time would have favored ST. So ST would have actually won if Kwang just abnormal. So there's so many ifs. If ST did this, that's like the 5th if ST did this differently, they would have won situation. If Kwang blinks right here, he can 3-kill. But he doesn't blink.
But he doesn't blink. He doesn't blink.
He doesn't want to blink because of the
But then he blinks now.
He's trying to be. He shouldn't be conservative at this point in time.
Exactly, he shouldn't be conservative. Chojo's right.
Exactly, that's the case. And right now the gate at the front
So why?
pushing
So
for that. He does not have any dash to work with at this point in time. He can still, but
He can get to. If he can stop this gate, he might be able to win on time. But he needs to stop this gate. It's
no, coordinator's flare gun can't.
Double dash here. Coordinator. Oh, coordinator still has flare gun.
Yep.
That's going to be enough here. Coordinator can make it out with the flare gun here. And that's going to be 2 survivors out the gate. The survivors can just surrender right away here. And that means they are able to get it within 5 minutes there, which means that Idle is going to actually just barely win on time here with just less than 2 minutes in
Very good game though.
there.
This was tied
Definitely
the entire
and
series.
Again, congratulations to Idle to
Both
to
Eli's
win
a surprise.
close match there.
Literally 16 to
Kwang played that
16.
a little bit differently.
Look at this. It's crazy, dude. He's probably afraid of fly, but you just have to take that risk. If you don't go for that risk, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna have a chance. Maybe he wanted to kill and teleport, but he had so much. He had enough time to blink and go to gate. Okay. So a very exciting match there. We'll get into some more IVC gameplay. We'll get into some more IVC gameplay next stream. We're gonna go ahead and do the Hunter tier list for this season now. So that is going to be, let's see. Okay. So many ads, dude. So many ads, bruh. I know I need to get ad blocker, but it's so many ads, bro. Does this one have opera singer? Let me see. This one does. We need one that has opera. I need to find a tier list. Make that has opera singer tier list creator. Why do none of these have opera singer? Why does my usual tier list one not have opera singer? Bruh. Oh my god, community tier list makers, bruh. Community tier list, bro. This is crazy. Okay, I guess we'll just go with this. Can you just add her thing? I don't know how to do that. I'm bad at I'm not that good at tech, dude. Wait, this is kind of cool. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Ready? Look at this. Is Violinist a C tier hunter in Identity 5? They have like people also ask. Violinist. The Violinist is often considered a C tier hunter in Identity 5 due to several reasons. Well, his ability to slow down survivors and control. Okay, that's true. He's like B C tier. What tier is female dancer in Identity 5? Identity 5 female dancer is in the B tier. What? Dancer is cracked. Dancer's like A plus. How many hunters are there in Identity 5? With 26 unique hunters to choose, I actually don't know. Are there any changes to the Identity 5 Survivor meta? This is July 4th. We updated this article and reflects. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, is this done by Identity 5? Is this done by NetEase? Like, did NetEase actually put their own female dancer in B tier? Come on, NetEase. It's not gonna work. We'll just like use a proxy. This one has all the characters except for opera singer. So we'll just proxy the opera singer. Okay. Identity 5, Hunter tier list, season 27. Okay, I literally just closed all the ads and a million ads just popped up. I'll just cut them out, I guess. How does that even look on the screen, dude? Why do all these ads just come out of nowhere? Nah, that just looks bad. That's really annoying, dude. Whatever, it's fine. Can I just like put my face over the... Nah, that doesn't even look good, dude. It's fine. Okay. And they just changed the ads again. I don't know. The ad wasn't inappropriate, but we'll just... Spider-Man. Okay. Anyways. So. We're going to have S. We're going to have A- and A+. Okay. So this has all the characters, right? Okay, this has all the characters. Okay. So for starters, Identity 5 tier list, season 27 for Hunter. The first character in C tier, super self-explanatory. Nightwatch. Not Nightwatch, Nightmare. That would have been bad. Is Nightwatch missing also? Okay, never mind. We can't do this one. Nightwatch is literally missing. Oh my god, dude. Why? I guess maybe I can like update it. Like I can add the pictures in, but I don't know how to do that. Guys, how do we add the pictures? You guys are right. Okay, this one's good. 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 This one is good. This one is good. It's fine, guys. We got it. 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 I got it, guys. We got it. 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 Okay. Hot in here, dude. Okay. So, the first character in C tier, Nightmare. Okay. Nightmare is bye-bye, Ethan. See you later. Nightmare is Nightmare C tier, very self-explanatory. For those of you who ever played Nightmare, you guys know that Nightmare is pretty bad. It's very easy to avoid Nightmare, just tight kiting around narrow areas, tight kiting, breaking line of sight, keeping distance. I mean, literally transition kiting, tight kiting. If he doesn't have full presence, his chase is really bad. He literally does not, if he does not have full presence, he gets kited by everything. He gets kited by tight kiting and transition kiting. His crow teleport ability is super long cooldown. The cooldown is way too long. So yeah, it's just not good. Oh, I can't see URLs. Can you send it to me on Discord? Actually, if you send it to me on Discord, I can see it. URLs are blocked. If it's possible, definitely send it to me on Discord. Because the system automatically blocks URLs. Do you have me? If you could send it on Discord, that would be really good. For now, we'll just talk about it. So Nightmare is C tier. Again, very easy. Nightmare is just really bad. He gets tight kited, transition kited. His crow cooldown is way too long. Just a very weak hunter overall. Always been the weakest hunter in the game for the most part, and is still the weakest hunter in the game. Very, very underwhelming. Not playable in tournament. Wouldn't really recommend playing him in rank either. So definitely is C tier. Next hunter in C tier is Hellember. Hellember obviously is... Hellember is just very... The problem with Hellember is that Hellember, his early game chase is just really, really bad. And so it makes it so Hellember gets kited quite easily. And even once you build up your flames... You can just juke the flames. The problem is that the AI with the flames is just really bad. True, if you do have Discord, just send it in the general chat in my Discord server and ping me, or just DM it to me. Tell me if you do have Discord. Okay, sent it. Let me look. Okay, let me open it. Let me open it. Thank you so much, by the way. Shout out to Chu for sending that. Let me open it real quick. Everyone say thank you, Chu. Shout out to Chu. Totally clutching up. All right. Yes, this has everybody. Yay. Wait, this is literally the same tier list I did last time. This is literally the same website. Okay, dude, what? Why couldn't I find it before? I don't know. I don't know why I couldn't find it before. This is literally the same one, bruh. This is literally the tier list that I made. Is there a fast way to just clear this? Okay. Can I not just, like, delete these? Like, if I guess I can't delete. I guess I gotta, like, move them all down. Can I just, like... No. Dude, this is so... Oh my god. Okay. Here we go. Identity 5. Hunter tier list. Season 27. Hopefully you guys can see that. Oh, wait, it doesn't even show up on the screen. I didn't update it. I literally didn't update it. Hold up. Boom. Okay. Identity 5, Hunter tier list, Season 27. Here we go. Okay. The first Hunter in C tier, obviously, is Nightmare. Very bad chase. He gets tight kited, transition kited. He doesn't have full presence. His chase is very bad. His teleport ability on the crow is really long. And it just makes him really bad. Anyone who thinks Nightmare is good is wrong. I don't mean to be rude. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to say this as respectfully as possible. Nightmare, definitely the weakest hunter in the game. His full presence chase is not bad, but besides that, the rest of his chase is really, really bad. It's very easy to kite Nightwatch. Nightmare, not Nightwatch. Nightwatch is broke. Nightmare. Okay, the next hunter in B tier, we're going to use this Hellember because I like this one better, is Hellember. Next hunter in C tier is Hellember. The biggest issue with Hellember is If Wax Artist isn't at least A+, you already know what I think about Wax Artist, so don't worry. So with Hellember, Hellember is not very good because early game chase is not that strong. You can actually juke the Phantoms. The AI on the Phantoms is really bad, and on the puppets you can juke them. You can tap the puppet to prevent yourself from getting hit by the puppet. It'll stop them from moving for 5 seconds, even if they have rage. Hellember's camp is very good, but his chase is not very good. His map pressure once he has full presence is pretty good, but he just gets kited really hard in the early game. He also gets kited a second target that he chases after he eliminates a survivor also gets kited. So that's what makes him C tier, is his chase is really bad. He does get kited by many survivors. Transition kited for sure. You can also just pallet spam Hellember. You can literally throw every pallet against Hellember. He breaks pallet slowly, and it turns off his hunt. It turns off everything. It makes him, unfortunately, very weak. Why is Breaking Wheel in a different language here? I don't know. Poland. So that's what makes Hellember C tier. Is his chase is just very underwhelming. And he does get kited very hard. What's the point of having good camp if you can't even get there? Yeah, exactly. So yeah. Again, also before we get deep into this tier list, I would like to say, everybody watching, I know that I'm gonna re-upload I'm gonna re-upload this part of the stream as a video, so you guys can watch the tier list separately, so it's not so hard to find. And I know that many people there will be people in the comments who will have things to say like, oh, this tier list is wrong, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you guys this. I do have a lot of experience with this game. Just for those of you who don't know, I've played this game for a long time. My job is to explain Identity 5 strategies to people watching tournaments as a commentator. That's literally my job. For those of you who are watching this as a video on YouTube and don't and seem to think characters like maybe Hellember should be S tier or whatever, right? This is just my understanding of this game from it being my job. That's all I'm saying. So please don't blame me in the comments. Please be respectful. Keep things positive. Okay. Next character in C tier is, Ripper's actually normally I would put Ripper in C tier, but Ripper buff actually did make him a little bit better. So he's actually not C tier anymore. He's actually B tier. Still not too good, but he is up to B tier now. So we can no longer put Ripper in C tier, which is pretty cool. As he is slightly better now. Okay, the next character in C tier is Gamekeeper. With Gamekeeper, the biggest problem with Gamekeeper is that he has no cyber pressure at all. Gamekeeper's chase is pretty good. His hook hitbox is very good, but he does get countered by breaking line of sight. Of course, he does have the traps that he can set up, but you can flywheel through the traps. You can also take the traps down if you're not kiting. And then also with Gamekeeper, his map speed, his map pressure is really bad, and he has no cyber pressure. He gets around the map slowly, and he has no cyber pressure. And his camp is also reliant on terror shocks, going for the terror shock with the hook. If you're unable to get that, then he ends up being very bad. Also, anybody watching in the comments, feel free to add anything as well. I'll read the comments as we go through this. So anyways, Gamekeeper, very limited cypher control, does rely a bit on going for terror shocks on camping, which makes him a luck-based hunter in a lot of instances, which makes him not as strong. Good chase, but limited map pressure, limited cypher control, not too great of camp, and that's what makes him a C tier hunter. And actually, those are the only hunters in C tier, believe it or not. So pretty good, right? Moving on to the next tier, which is B tier, Evil Reptilian. After Dongshuan's lizard performance in Koa, right? Was it Koa? I think it was Koa, right? I can no longer put lizard in. It was Koa. Yeah, I'm tripping. I literally casted that match with Chocho. I cannot put lizard in C tier anymore. Ripper got a buff. That's why he's not C tier anymore. Lizard is now B tier after Dongshuan proved that lizard is actually not that bad. In the future, do you think you do an updated kiting guide for each hunter? I am doing that. I'm actually working on that right now. I was waiting for Opera Singer to come out, and then we're doing an updated kiting guide. I'm learning Opera Singer completely. I'm going to get her down, make sure I understand the 100% Opera Singer, and we're going to do an updated kiting guide. community post defining common terms you use. Huh. I think I'll do that. That's a really good idea. I'll make a community post after this asking what terms. I'll put it in the common terms and also ask if there's any terms that I use that people don't understand. Feel free to put that in the comments and I'll do those. But yeah, I will do that. That's a good point, dear child. But I will definitely do an updated kiting guide. I was waiting for Opera Stinger to come out before we do an updated hunter kiting guide. So anyway, Evo Reptilian is in B tier. The problem with Lizard is that his early game chase is not that strong because a lot of people. Which game was Koa? I'm not really sure. It was towards the end of Koa, I think. It was against against GR versus Doe, I believe. The problem with Lizard is that what you do is you can camp the pallet, and then you wait for the Lizard to jump over the pallet, and then you run back to the other side of the pallet, and they can't hit you. Or you can tight kite. Transitioning kiting Lizard is not that good because he can jump after you, but you can tight kite him really well. Once he has presence, his chase is pretty good. But Dongshuan, what he does, if you guys watched Dongshuan when he played Lizard, he almost never goes for the lethal crash ability. He'll go for jumps, and then he'll just do the drop. He'll just drop down instead of crashing. He'll drop down next to the survivor and just hit them with a basic hit. Because you go for the crash, there's like a second where you can't move. But if you go for the drop down, you can just move right away and swing right away. So as a Lizard player, you actually want to drop. You don't even want to go for the lethal crashes, the smash ability, unless you're camping. If you're chasing, you never even want to go for the crash. You actually just want to go for a drop down right away and swing. And catches the survivor off guard because it's super fast. That's the best way to play Lizard. But the problem is Lizard can't get kited. He can't get tight kited. That's the biggest problem. And so that's something you have to definitely watch out for. The only time you want to go for the crash is if you're doing it near a pallet to break a pallet and try to hit the survivor at the same time or something. Now, keep in mind if a survivor, you want to do it when someone's body blocking as well. Because the crash, I think Lizard got buffed. I'm pretty sure where you can hit multiple survivors at one time, I think was the adjustment. Or maybe it was where you can only hit one. Oh, I think you can only hit one. I actually don't remember. I forgot. But if someone's body blocking, it's good to go for a crash. Because that way, you'll at least hit someone without worried about the body block happening and forcing attack recovery. It'd be great if you could do a character pool and band pick strategy for tourneys in the future. I'll definitely do that. That's a good idea. I'll make up community posts where you guys can put any in the comments of the community posts, any new video ideas that you'd like to see, and we'll go through and do as many as we can. My university does actually start in a week, so I'm going to try to get as much videos done within a week and upload them over a period of time. Okay, so next character in B tier is, where is it? Ripper here. Okay, so Ripper is next character in B tier. Ripper did get a buff where when you do chair a survivor or down a survivor, you get a fog zone at your feet, which does make your cooldown for your fog with just a few seconds instead of the full like 17 seconds or whatever it is. So please say for each hunter what their biggest counters and what and their best maps. I'll go through and do that at the end. Remind me to do that at the end, Zap, and we'll go through and do that at the end. So Ripper's chase is not that good though, because if you miss Foggy Blades, you can fly with Foggy Blades, Entomologist Beast counter Foggy Blades, Antiquarian can hit the Foggy Blade away. If you miss Foggies, you get kited. Once Ripper has presence, he's actually pretty good, and that's why I actually think Insolence on Ripper is actually really strong. Because once he's invisible, he's faster and he's really hard to kite for survivors, but when he doesn't have presence, if you dodge Foggy Blades, it's really hard to get down. So that's what makes Ripper a B tier survivor. His early game chase is not that good. His camping is pretty good, but his map pressure is not as strong as well. He is fast, so he gets around the map quickly, but he has a hard time pressuring Cypher machines. He doesn't have Cypher control, like, for example, like maybe a Clerk would. That's what makes him a B tier hunter. So next hunter in B tier is Violinist. Violinist is pretty underwhelming. It's very easy. The note hitbox is very small. It's very easy to dodge the notes. When he goes for the strings. He does have a little bit of Cypher control that he can throw the notes towards Cypher machines, like the where he goes for the and he throws the notes towards Cypher machines. And that can be pretty good for slowing down Cypher Rush from survivors. Because they have to wait for the notes to pass by, or they have to remove them before they continue to decode. But overall, it's not actually that good, because it doesn't slow down Cyphers as much as some other hunters might. And it just his early game chase is not that strong. And he's also a slow hunter, so he gets around the map very slowly. So that's what... Yeah, Opera Stinger is pretty good. We'll get to her later. She's definitely up in the higher tiers. So that's what makes Violence just sort of a B tier hunter. His chase is not that strong. Cyber pressure is not as good as it should be, and his camming is also not that good either. It's pretty easy to dodge the notes. A good violinist can hit notes very well, so, but he's at best a tie hunter, even then he's not that great of a tie hunter compared to some of the other tie hunters in the game. So he is B tier. Next hunter in B tier is photographer. Photographer is, as we know, photographer is very luck dependent. If you find a survivor hiding, that can make you that can be very good. Waiting for Dreamers to get an S tier. Yeah, we'll get to that eventually. Photographer obviously is very luck dependent. And so that's kind of the biggest problem with photo, is that if you don't find people hiding a survivor, you lose the game. You have to literally find, if you want to win this photo, you have to find so many people in your first photo world, and if you don't, you lose the game. And if you don't get lucky and find the person that you downed in photo and you shared in photo world, then you probably also will lose because they just heal up to full. Photo does get kited very hard as well. The only way you can win this photo is if you injure everyone to a point where they can't rescue. And then also, you have to hope there's no photo counters. Like psychology, you have to hope there's no psych, no doctor, no barmaid. Any character that can heal the chip damage that photo deals counters him. And if there's any character on the team comp, it's very hard for photo to win. So you have to hope there's nobody like that on the team comp as well. And you just have to hope you find people, and you have to hope you don't get kited. Photo gets kited really, really hard. You have to hope a survivor really makes a mistake. If a survivor doesn't make a mistake while kiting, photo is really luck dependent on finding survivors and hoping that they make mistakes while kiting. And hoping you get lucky that you find a survivor that you downed in the photo world with the chair. So that's unfortunately what makes photo B tier. He's just too luck dependent to be a consistent tournament hunter. Obviously, you can play him in rank. I would not recommend playing photo in rank though, because photo's rank matches take a long time, which makes it takes a really long time to rank up because photo's games are so long. So it takes a long time to rank up, which means that you are ranking up a lot slower than other hunters might, because their matches you get through matches a lot faster. So photo is just not very good in rank because of that, and he's also not very good in tournament because he's too luck dependent. And also teams with 4-person VC communication, voice communication, can play around photographer very well. The next hunter in B tier is Feaster. Feaster is it's actually easy to kite Feaster once you get down his skills, once you understand his skills. If you loop the base of the tentacle, then the tentacle will miss. You can dodge the tentacle that way, and you can avoid getting hit with it. Now, Feaster's charge attack hitbox is very long, of course, but it is also not very wide, so you can juke it. You can also hide behind a pallet, and he will miss. And his basic hitbox is actually not that long. His charge attack is very good, but his basic one is not. Couldn't you memorize spawns for photo? Well, of course you can memorize spawns, or you can see the spawns if you have the spawn location. Once you get to champion tier 7 for survivor, you can choose spawns. But it's also about hiding. You can memorize spawns, but if the survivor hides and you look for the area where they spawned at, sometimes they can still hide out. And then also in the spawn location, if you have the spawn locations on in tier 7 or higher or tournaments, the survivors can literally just spawn in opposite corners of the map. And the photo at best can only get to like 2 survivors in time. So that just doesn't really work, unfortunately. And so with Feaster, the problem with Feaster is he can get kited by good survivors. Also, he has limited cypher pressure as well. When you down a survivor, you do spawn a tentacle next to every survivor on the map, which means they have to remove them before continuing to code. But they do remove them very fast within a few seconds, and then they can continue to cypher rush after that. And then Feaster's camp is pretty good because you can cut off the rescuer from a distance, and if you have Berserker, which gives you fast attack recovery, you can then have a tentacle waiting on chair and potentially stuff the rescue that way. So his camping is pretty good, but his chase is not too good against players who do know how to kite against him, and his cyber pressure is not that good. He's a slow hunter, so that makes him B tier. I think I'm doing something wrong with photo because my matches are short. You definitely want to take as many pictures as possible and pressure ciphers to slow down the cipher rush as much as possible. So that's why. Once you get to higher tier, you'll definitely have to do that, or else it's going to be hard to win games as photo against players who know how to play against photo properly. Yep. So that's why Feaster is B tier. Next character in B tier is Percy Undead. So Undead is B tier because he can't share survivors. So Undead, the problem with Undead is his chase is very good. So don't get me wrong. Percy's chase is very good. It's just that he can't share survivors. So it's very easy for survivors. They can self-rescue themselves by just simply self-healing. They can Cypher Rush very hard because even the bleeding out is obviously faster on Undead than it is with other Hunters. It's still not fast enough. And survivors can self-rescue themselves by just picking themselves up with a self-heal, which means that teammates don't have to slow down their decoding to pick up the survivor. So you just really Cypher Rushed really hard as Undead. And you can't share survivors. They can crawl out the gate, they can crawl out the dungeon. Of course, you can move the dungeon once per game. But it does take a few seconds to move, so the dungeon is open. Survivors can still get out the dungeon before the animation finishes. Or they can, if they get the exit gate open, they can just crawl out. So there's many ways that Percy is just very weak. His chase is obviously very good, but besides that, he has nothing else working for him. And the ability not to chair not able to chair survivors, unfortunately, makes him very weak, and that's what makes him a B tier hunter. Yeah, so that's Percy. Okay, next hunter in B tier is Clown. Clown, I always had in C tier in the past, but I have definitely had my mind changed as Clown has been moved up. We have seen some Clown in tournament gameplay. We saw it in Koa from Aka on RC. And then we've seen it on one of the players in IVL. I forgot which team it was. I forgot which team it was. But there's one very good Clown player there as well. The problem with Clown is if you know it's a Clown, Clown's good in rank. Clown is map dependent and also character team dependent because certain characters hard counter Clown. So characters like Entomologist and Priestess hard counter Clown. Magician counters Clown. Acrobat's Red Bomb counters Clown. So there's many characters that counter Clown. But a player, and Clown's also very hard to play because his controls are very hard to use. How are Hermit matches long? Hermit matches are usually relative. I mean, 5 to 7 minutes is longer than average. Is above average. It's a little above average. That's so bad. Don't take that out of context. I just said longer than average. Don't take that out of context. The time is longer than average. Please nobody take that out of context. Oh my god, dude. That was really bad. That was really bad. I apologize for that one. Sorry, guys. Anyways, for Clown. For Clown, you have to have very good control, and he's only good on Moonlight River Park, Lakeside Village, Chinatown, and then kind of Eversleeping, but not really. And then he's sort of playable on Church, but maps like Sacred Heart Hospital is really bad, Arms Factory is really bad, Leo's Memory is really bad. So there's some maps where he's just really bad on. And there are a lot of characters that hard counter him. But if you are able to play Clown in rank against a team comp that does not counter Clown, he can actually be very scary. And he can be very scary on maps that he is good on. So if you're not prepared for the Clown, he can be a very scary hunter. And that's why he's higher in B tier. He's not low B tier, but he's definitely higher. But he is B tier just because he has so many characters that... There's so many characters that counter him. Oh my god, I'm so off right now. That counter him, and he's also very map dependent, so that's what makes him a B tier hunter. The next hunter in B tier is Mad Eyes. Mad Eyes also is the exact same thing with Clown. He's very map dependent. He's not good in Lakeside Village or Arms Factory, but he's very good on maps like Church and Eversleeping Town and Sacred Heart Hospital. And there are characters that counter him. Characters like Priestess, characters like Doctor, characters like Barmaid, Psychologist that can heal off the chip damage is very good against him. Clown's camping is good, but he is a little bit reliant on going for Terror Shocks as well. Obviously, you can go for a double hit, and you can, if you get the slow drill, then it makes it so the person that was double hit takes a long time to heal, but if they are able to avoid getting double hit, then it's not very strong. I'm waiting for the community to turn me into a meme. Yeah, I know. And so the issue with Mad Eyes is that he's very map dependent. Mad Eyes is also the hardest counter in the game to play. But gets countered by a lot of characters. Again, any characters that can heal chip damage. Priestess doesn't heal chip damage, but you can portal through the fences. Psychologist is very good. Barmaid's very good. Doctor's very good. So any of those characters are hard counters to Mad Eyes. So you definitely have to be careful of that. And he also is map dependent. He's only really good on things like Church, Sacred, and Eversleeping Town. Those are the best maps for him. I think he's not bad on Chinatown as well. But besides that, he's not very good on a lot of maps, and that's what makes him a B tier hunter. But again, good Mad Eyes players against the good comp and on the right map in the right situation, Mad Eyes can be very scary for sure. Just take Aka, RC Aka again. Clown and Mad Eyes. He played it, and he was able to 4-kill. I think he got a 4-kill against B4U with Clown. He got a 4-kill against, I think it was GG with Mad Eyes. Maybe it was GG. It might have been a different China team, but it was one of the Chinese teams for sure. So that's what makes Mad Eyes a B tier hunter. I wasn't dreaming about playing Mad Eyes when getting played by a doctor. Yeah. As a Mad Eyes player, you have to take out the doctor first. If you don't, then you're in a really bad spot for sure. The next hunter in B tier and the last hunter in B tier is Wu Chang or Wu Chong. I guess is technically the correct pronunciation. Wu Chang is very good in rank. Not very good. Wu Chang's pretty good in rank, although I haven't seen a Wu Chang in a long time in rank. I actually think that Wu Chang probably should be lower than Clown and Mad Eyes, but we're just going to put him right here for now. The problem with Wu Chang is that his early game chase is really bad. Obviously, he has very good map pressure, some of the best map pressure in the whole game, but his early game chase is very bad, and that's what makes Wu Chang B tier. He's good in rank against solo queue survivors who don't have the communication to say that the hunter's teleporting. Although you should have that hunter. The hunter is teleporting. The hunter has changed targets ping. Lizard, no, Lizard's still B tier. Yeah, Lizard's just still very weak, unfortunately. He's pretty good. He's a little better now, but definitely not A tier. I started playing Mad Eyes because I got Essence skin from him. He's the hardest hunter in the game to play. Super hard to play. I would not recommend it, but that's just me. But Wu Chang, yeah, early game chase is not very good. Once he has presence, his chase is good, and he also has very good map pressure. So yeah, Wu Chang is definitely high B tier when it comes to rank. When it comes to tournament, not very good though. He used to be sort of like the do or die 4-kill hunter, but Breaking Wheel sort of replaced him with that. So after that, he is definitely B tier. I mean, he's been B tier for a while. Only really good in rank. What does he need to become to S tier? I don't know. Better early game chase for sure. Recommend new players to play Mad Eyes? Definitely not. That would be pretty bad. Definitely don't play Mad Eyes if you're a newer player. Okay. Moving on to the next tier, which is what's next? A- tier. I'm trying to figure out what would be better. I think the first character in A- tier will be Hermit. We'll definitely put Hermit there. So Hermit is another do or die 4-kill hunter. You're gonna see Breaking Wheel and Hermit. They both go here because they're both do or die 4-kill hunters. So Hermit is basically a do or die 4-kill hunter because he is here. I'll move this down here for now. Because he, I don't know how to explain it. Like it's kind of straightforward. If you watch any tournaments, you'll understand. You can just split it. Any teammate, any healer team comps are very good. So characters like Psychologist, Barmaid, Doctor, again, similar to Mad Eye, similar to Photo. Anything that can heal off that chip damage is very good. And teammates can communicate where they want to spread damage. They can spread out damage against Hermit. And stuff like that. The reason why he's A- and not B tier is because he does have 4-kill potential. Because he does have Cypher control and he slows down Cyphers by connecting the Cypher machines, he does have a degree of Cypher control, which does make him a do or die 4-kill hunter. But that's the only reason why he's A- tier, because he does have that 4-kill potential. A lot better than the B tier hunters do. So that's why he is A- tier. And you did see it was, I believe, Zeta Division got 4-killed in Koa by Anyi's Hermit. And that was a big upset, but it did work out. And that's one of those situations where Hermits can be very good. And that's what does keep him in A- tier. No, guys, Hermit is definitely A- tier. He's definitely not B tier. I promise you that. But he is A-. He's not A+. He's definitely not B. He is A- for sure. So that's the problem with Hermit, is good teammates can easily spread out the damage and make it very difficult for a Hermit to win. Although he does have Cypher control, if you can get a lot of hits early on and spread the damage and make it so people can't rescue, then that can be pretty good, and you can win with Hermit in that way. So the next character in B tier, we're gonna use this one, not this, or not the Breaking Wheel. We're gonna use the I think this is probably says Pollen. Yeah, Hermit's a bit of a wild card for sure. But anyway, Breaking Wheel is A- as well. Just because Breaking Wheel is also a do or die 4-kill hunter. A very high risk, high reward. Breaking Wheel is super map dependent. Not good on Arms Factory, not good on Church, not good on Sacred, but he is good on Ever Sleeping, not good on Leo's. He is good on Ever Sleeping, Moonlit, also not Lakeside. Chinatown, Ever Sleeping, Moonlit. That's really it. So he's very map dependent, but he is also a do or die 4-kill hunter. Obviously, he is countered by Flywheel, and any good transition kiter, such as Patient, can be very good. Characters that are good at juking the wheel form, like Dancer or Entomologist, is good. Breaking Wheel does get slowed down by the slow box. Obviously, the wheel form can't get stunned, but it does get slowed. It can get slowed down. Yeah. So that's why. That is why Breaking Wheel is A- tier, because he is high risk, high reward. Obviously, Breaking Wheels do struggle a lot in the current meta. Flywheel is very strong against him, but if you do need a 4-kill, a come from behind character, Breaking Wheel is a good come from behind character. So that is why he is A- tier. Yeah, I think that's it for A- tier. Actually, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything here. Yeah, actually, Soul Weaver is A- tier. I guess Soul Weaver and Axeboy are kind of both around A-. We'll actually go Axeboy next here. The next character A- tier is Axeboy. So Axeboy is A- because he is a bit inconsistent. So Axeboy is really strong. Axeboy can be a really powerful hunter in a lot of situations, but is also a bit inconsistent. Many high-tier players, especially high-level competitive tournament players, are very good at dodging flames. So remember when Breaking Wheel was next to Dream Witch? Yeah, not anymore. And so Shaman does have Paul in his regular rotation hunters. Yeah, but it's not as consistent as the other hunters. Breaking Wheel is not as consistent as other hunters. So that's kind of the problem. So with Axeboy, Super Rich has Axeboy as a hunter, but also, again, not as consistent. Axeboy can be a very powerful hunter in that if you're able to get quick, if you're able to hit flame snipes early, if you're able to get survivors down quickly, he's very fast. If you miss the flame, you can still get a speed boost and still get a basic hit, which is very good because you're very fast. You do have good camping abilities. You do have good map pressure because you're very fast to get around the map. Axeboy has a lot of tools. He has pretty good chase, pretty good map pressure, pretty good camp, but it's only pretty good in all of those, and that's what makes him A- tier. But he is a good player. He's a very good hunter to play in rank. Pretty good in tournaments, in situational places. He could be pretty good. But he's definitely not one of the best hunters in the game. But he is pretty good, and he is definitely playable. For those of you who are looking to play, looking for a new rank hunter, Axeboy is definitely one that is worth playing. Okay, the last hunter in A- tier, we'll go with this, Soul Weaver. So Soul Weaver is A- tier, just because she doesn't have as much map pressure as other hunters. Obviously, she's good in tournaments, and she's very good at Chinatown. On Chinatown, she's S tier. But she's not good. She's not so good on some other maps, like big maps like Lakeside Village. Actually, Lakeside Village she's good. Sorry, big maps like Willow River Park, she's not very good. Maps like Arms Factory is not as good. But she is good at maps like Lakeside Village. She's good on Chinatown. Pretty good on Ever Sleeping. Pretty good on Church. She does have some win potential in that if you're able to stack your webs and get a quick down after the Cypher Pop, put them in a cocoon and teleport to gate, then you can still go for a 3-kill. So that's pretty good. But besides that, she's really more of a tie hunter if anything, because she has limited map pressure. Pretty good chase, but limited map pressure and no real camping abilities besides the double web shot once you get to the 1 chip away from full presence. But yeah, besides that, Sawyer, limited map pressure, so that does keep her an A- tier, but still a very viable hunter nonetheless. Yeah, Axeboy's a jack of all trades, except he's just good with all those trades. He's not great, right? He's just good. Pro survivors have to not be able to see where the flame is coming from. Yeah, that's pretty much how Axeboy could be good. Yeah. So moving on to the next tier, which is A+ tier. First character in A+ tier is Anne, Disciple. So Anne is very good. Anne is the best 1-kill hunter in the game. When you need 1 kill, you just play Anne. She's very good at downing survivors because her chase is good. Her camp is very good. Not a lot of cypher pressure, of course. If someone does die near a cypher mission, you can cat the survivor on the nearest cypher and then cancel the cats and stop the decoding. So that could be pretty good. But besides that, Anne is really just Anne is a bit limited when it comes to that sort of thing. So Anne she is limited because if you die away from Cypher Machines, you cannot pressure those ciphers as well. You cannot pressure them that well. So Anne is a very good tie hunter and a very good one-kill hunter. She's very consistent for getting one kill or ties. Pretty good rank hunter because it's very hard to lose with Anne in rank. It's very easy to tie. But she's definitely pretty solid. Yeah, it is A+ tier. So she's on the verge of A- and A+, but we're gonna put her at A+ for now because we have seen Anne get banned a lot recently, and especially in IVC, and also Anne is just pretty good for getting at least one kill. Anne's very consistent for securing at least a kill, and is also a pretty good tie hunter as well. Definitely not a win hunter, but we have seen Anne actually win. We've seen hunters like Dongxuan play Anne with very good playability and actually get 3 kills with her as well. Is Anne coming back because of the new tournament format? It's mainly because, like, again, Anne counters Flywheel as well. So if Anne can be a surprise pick, like, if a team doesn't know what the hunter's going to be and they pick a bunch of Flywheels because maybe they're worried about, like a Dream Witch or Bloody Queen or Geisha or something, then you go Anne and you can counter that. Obviously, it can be a surprise pick. And it's just good for securing 1 kills and a pretty good rank hunter as well. So, yeah. And is definitely bottom A+ here, on the verge of A- and A+, but definitely just barely grabs that A+ spot. Also, Xiaoma is very consistent with Anne as well. And then Anne's just good for any player who wants to secure 1 kill or secure a tie. Next hunter in A+ tier. Oh, wait, that's not right. This one is no, not there. Is Sculptor. So Sculptor is definitely not as consistent as she used to be. She's still powerful. Similar to Axeboy, she is powerful. She does have all the tools that Axeboy has. She's a jack of all trades, right? She has pretty good chase, pretty good camp, pretty good cyber pressure by using that chisel. And it's a little bit better than Axeboy. So that's actually what propels her into the A+ tier. So Sculptor is definitely a high risk, high reward hunter, but less of a risk. She's sort of like a medium risk, high reward hunter. In that her camping can be good. You definitely want to bring Insolence with Sculptor. Once you reach that full present statues, those can be very strong to have with Sculptor. She's a good rank hunter as well. It's very difficult for a lot of rank players to kite Sculptor too. So Sculptor's not that bad. Obviously, she does get bullied. If a team is prepared for her, she can definitely get bullied. But she can be a very good surprise pick for sure. Definitely a jack of all trades. Has good chase, good camp, good cyber pressure, and definitely has it better than Axeboy. That's what makes her A+ tier, Axeboy A- tier. So she's a jack of all trades. So definitely we'll put her at the bottom of A+ tier, but she is A+ tier nonetheless. So yeah, Sculptor is in that A+ tier spot. Okay, next hunter in A+ tier is Bloody Queen. Bloody Queen. So Bloody Queen is pretty self-explanatory, super straightforward hunter. Obviously a very good tie hunter, right? Just mirror down people with 2 mirrors or a blink or whatever. Bloody Queen's chase is technically the best chase in the game, but the cooldown is very long. Obviously on a mirror is 15 seconds of cooldown. So obviously Bloody Queen is a very good tie hunter. You can get the down with 2 mirrors. You can pressure ciphers, slow down Cypher Rush a little bit by using mirrors while camping. But of course, she doesn't have any camping abilities for herself. She can get around the map quickly with the mirrors. Just mirroring Cypher, switching places with it to catch up. But it's very hard to win as Bloody Queen because her chase is very slow. She's one of the best. She's probably one of the best consistent tie hunters in the game next to Bonbon. Would Bloody Queen still be S tier in the current meta? If she never got nerfed and she still had a 12-second mirror cooldown, she might still be S tier, but yeah, she's definitely just a very consistent tie hunter. We see a lot of people play Bloody Queen where they just really want to go for a tie, and that's what makes her an A+ tier hunter. Just a very, very consistent tie hunter. And consistent tie hunting in this Survivor-sided meta is very good right now. So Bloody Queen, A+ tier. Next character in A+ tier is Bonbon. Bonbon's a little bit better than Bloody Queen, just a little bit better when it comes to securing ties. Both are very good, but the camping abilities with Bonbon are very good. And so Bonbon, obviously, Bonbon's Ty's style is a little bit different than Bloody Queen. His chase is not quite as strong as BQ. It is good, but BQ's chase is a little bit better. BQ's chase is super consistent. That's what makes her a very consistent Ty Hunter. Bonbon's camping is super consistent. So once you down someone as Bonbon, a lot of players won't even rescue because Bonbon has the best camp in the game. So basically, as Bonbon, it's very straightforward. You down someone, you camp it out, they don't go for a rescue, they sell, and then you down one more person in the end game, maybe with like a blink detention, something like that, or whatever. And then you just camp that out and you secure a Ty that way. So Bonbon's very good for ties because of that. But Bloody Queen's very good at securing ties because she just tunnels the survivor, downs them with her mirrors, downs one more survivor at the end game with the mirrors, game over. And you down people fast enough with the mirrors where they can't Cypher Rush to go for a win. Bonbon, you just camp them out and they can't go for rescues because this camp is so good. So that's why Bonbon is A+ tier. He's a very consistent Ty Hunter in that matter. Donchon is just scary with many hunters for sure. Yeah. So the next hunter in A+ tier is Wax Artist. And Wax Artist is obviously, you know, everyone knows how pretty straightforward Wax Artist is. Wax Artist's chase is very strong. You know, obviously the ability, the wax builds up very fast on survivors. The ability to switch to Hot Wax once you have full presence and instantly down a survivor is very good. Wax Artist's full presence is really good. So that's why Insolence Detention is very common with Wax Artist. The Wax Bomb is really good. You can Wax Bomb Cypher Machines from very far away to slow down Cypher Rush. Do you think any hunters will fall off for the meta because of Opera Singer Nightwatch? Hunters usually don't fall off in the meta because a new hunter's released. They fall off of the meta because the survivor meta has become different. That's why. Does Bonbon have any builds that can let him go for a do or die 4-kill? Like Abnormal BQ? Not really. Insolence Trump card is really the only super aggressive one, and even that's still pretty tie heavy. Yeah, Bonbon does not really have anything like that. Even Abnormal BQ is not winning that often. BQ has technically more win potential than Bonbon, but Bonbon has more consistent ties than BQ does. So that's why Bonbon's a little better. If you're going for a do or die 4-kill, you wouldn't really play Bonbon or BQ. You try to go for a different do or die 4-kill hunter. So Wax Artist has very good chase. He has good camping if he has full presence, only if he has full presence. And he does have good Cypher pressure by shooting the Wax Bombs on Cypher machines. Wax Bomb onto a Cypher can be super clutch to stop the last Cypher from being popped. And that's why Wax Artist is A+ tier. Wax Artist is a bit map dependent, yeah. Does not so good on things like Red Church or Arms Factory or Sacred Heart Hospital, but he is very good on maps like Chinatown, Ever Sleeping Town, Moonlit River Park, and not too bad on Lakeside Village and Leo's Memory as well. What's up, Brad? How's it going? No, Bonbon doesn't have Cypher Harass. But Bloody Queen has better Cypher pressure than Bonbon does, except Bonbon's camp is just so good, where it's just so hard to rescue off of him. That's why. Yeah, Wax is not S tier anymore, unfortunately. I wish. Next hunter in A+ tier is Geisha. Geisha is really good because Geisha's hard to kite. Obviously, good, very professional players can kite Geisha pretty well. But it's pretty hard to support against Geisha with characters like Entomologist and Ford. Characters like Antiquarian are good at supporting her and Batter. But some other characters like Entomologist and Ford aren't quite as good. If you go for a Forward stun or like a Coordinator stun, Geisha can just dash and catch up. Geisha has good chase, very good map pressure. Geisha gets her on the map so fast. She can jump up and then dash really far across the map. She can dash across the map. She can pressure ciphers by going to the ciphers and then dashing back to chair to camp. She does have the drop down ability, which you can sometimes stuff a rescue that way, but good players usually are not going to get fooled by that. Geisha is very good in low tiers because lower tier players don't know how to kite her, and they also don't know how to play around the drop down ability. Once you get to higher tiers, though, she's still pretty good just because her chase is strong. You can go for glitch dashes through walls if you know how to use it properly, and you can have good map pressure and good cyber pressure with Geisha, and that's what makes her good A+. You're not really good, not great camping, but good chase and very good cyber pressure. Very good consistent tie hunter with Geisha, and also has a lot more win potential than BQ and Bonbon because their map pressure is a lot better. Why did Abnormal Geisha fall out of favor? Because it's less consistent. If you use Blink, it's a lot safer. You want to play a lot safer in tournaments. In rank, it's not bad, but in tournaments, you definitely want to play a lot safer with Blink. Is there any hunters you'd like to see somehow return to the meta? I don't know. I like the hunter meta the way it is right now, for sure. Yeah, also because of Flywheel. Blink is just a lot safer. Flywheel can be good against Geisha, so Blink can help you get the down. Say if they Flywheel one of your dashes, then you can use Blink to get the second hit. And good players can kite Geisha, so having Blink just makes it a lot safer for sure. A lot more consistent as well. So yeah. Geisha is A+ tier. Okay, moving on to the next character in A+ tier. That is Clerk. Clerk is not S tier anymore. There are some hunters that are a little bit better than Clerk. Obviously, Clerk does struggle against support. That can be the biggest problem with her, is that she does struggle against support. I did not play Opera Singer this stream. We'll play Opera Singer probably next stream. Do you think hunters need to be nerfed? Well, ask me that question at the end of the tier list, and we'll talk about that. So Clerk is very high A+ tier, just barely not S tier. But for a few reasons. Obviously, Clerk, we don't see her as much in the meta anymore. Definitely is still very strong, has a lot of win potential, but it's not quite S tier anymore. Does not have the numbers that Nightwatch has. And that gives you kind of an idea of what's going to be an S tier by just saying that. Yeah, Clerk's still very good, though. Clerk is still very strong, guys. Don't get me wrong. Her chase, obviously, is not that good. There are many characters that counter her. Seer, Psychologist, Prospector, Patient, Acrobat, Entomologist, Dancer, Antiquarian, Toy Merchant on certain maps. Batter's pretty good against her. Barmaid, Magician. There's many characters that are good against Clerk for kiting-wise. But even though a lot of characters counter Clerk, you can still Cypher Pressure. Clerk's Cypher Pressure is still really good. The ability is to literally freeze the last Cypher Machine is insane. The ability to freeze the Exegates is insane. The 5-second cooldown on the Observing Ciphers or Observing Gate is really good. That's what makes her high A+ tier, is that she has that insane Cypher Pressure, probably the best Cypher Pressure in the game. But Naiad above Clerk, yes. But she does lack on chase, and support against her is really good. And also, yeah, Professor as well. Professor is one of the best characters in the game right now because it's a strong counter to Nightwatch, and it's also a counter to Clerk, and that's what makes Clerk high A+ tier. The next character in A+ tier is Naiad. And Naiad is A+ tier because Naiad is one of the most consistent hunters, even more so than Bonbon and Bloody Queen, in that her chase is very good. Once she reaches full presence, body blocking is a huge part of this meta. This is a body block heavy meta, and Naiad plays around body blocking, especially when she has full presence. She can loop off an area, force the survivors to run out in the open, and they can't body block there because then she just dashes through them and waters both of them, and she can double down survivors that way and stuff like that. So you really want to... Naiad is really hard. It's really hard to body block against Naiad. Naiad counters body blocking meta. She has very good chase. You can loop off areas to force survivors to go in the open. It's hard to support against Naiad because she can just catch up right away with her swimming ability. If you go for a Coordinator, Flare Gun, or Entomologist Bees or something, Naiad can still catch up very quickly by using the dash and swimming after the survivors. And she has good camping. So she has good chase, good camping, good Cypher Pressure, good map pressure. She can throw the Trident on the Cypher, water off the Cypher machines, prevent the survivors from decoding it, similar to like the Wax Artist wax bombing the Cypher. She can get around the map very quickly by swimming. So she has good chase, good camp, good map pressure. She does not have as much win potential as the S tier hunters. It is fair, that is fair, Robert, to make a case that she's S tier, but she does not have as much win potential as some of the S tier hunters. And that's what keeps her an A+ tier, but she's very good with everything else. And that's what makes her A+ tier, and actually the highest hunter in A+ tier. So Naiad is the best hunter in A+ tier. And yeah. I don't know who said Naiad is weak. Yeah, I don't know. Naiad is extremely strong. She is constantly played in a lot of competitive scenes. So definitely high A+ tier. Okay. Moving on to the next tier, which is S tier. We're down to our final 3 hunters. So it all comes down to this. I know this is the moment all of you guys have been waiting for. The first hunter in S tier. Why does she not have high win potential? Because she doesn't have... her map pressure is not quite... Her map and Cypher Pressure is not quite as good as the S tier hunters. And her chase is not quite as good as well. Her cyber pressure, yeah, it's conditional, and also her chase is not quite as consistent as something like Bloody Queen or maybe even Geisha. But she does still have good chase. She plays around body blocking. Once she has full presence, she's very, very good. Cypher Rush can still be a little bit weak for her, and that's all. Okay, last 3 characters in S tier. This is the moment of truth, guys. The third character, the third best character in the game. The first character in S tier, and this is the third best character in the game. That is going to be dun 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 Opera Singer. Opera Singer, I think, is definitely we're not quite sure if she's gonna be A+ or S tier just yet. But right now, her chase seems to be very, very good. Her hitbox obviously is quite limited. It's a bit small. But her chase is incredibly powerful. I mean, her chase is really good. It's like a super buff Geisha, it's like Geisha on steroids almost, right? What's so good about Opera Singer is that if you guys can be like, okay, well, the way you counter Opera Singer is you throw down pallets or something like that, right? But no, if Opera Singer, you just bring fast pallet breaking speed on Opera Singer. I tested this a lot. I've been playing Opera Singer a lot recently. You just break the pallet. And the cooldown, if you break the pallet while you're in the shadow, there's no cooldown. And you can just go back into the dash if you have fast pallet breaking speed. You break the pallet super fast. You go back into the dash. Geisha after the gym. Yeah, you go back into the dash, and you just continue after people. Anyone who said Opera Singer is C tier, no. Opera Singer is super strong. Now, the reason why Opera Singer is not as good as Nightwatch or Dream Witch is because her cypher pressure is not as good as them. Her cypher pressure is not as good as Nightwatch or Dream Witch. So that is why Opera Singer is the bottom of S tier. And possibly will be a high A+ tier, but for now I definitely have her at the bottom of S tier. But her chase is very, very consistent, very strong. It is hard to support against Opera Singer. Yeah, she's an instant ban in rank for sure. It's hard to support against Opera Singer because she's so fast. She can catch up to survivors very quickly. Once she has presence, she can throw out the shadow, and she can get around the map. She gets around the map very quickly, which means her map pressure is very good, even better than Geisha. Her chase is better than Geisha. She's just a better Geisha. Now, her hitbox is actually, I think, slightly smaller than Geisha, right, if I'm not mistaken. Her hitbox is really, really, really bad. And she doesn't really have camping abilities. She doesn't have any camping abilities at all. But if you do see a survivor from a distance, you can hit them from a distance and then dash back to chair by throwing the shadow and then dashing after the survivor, and you can stuff a rescue that way. She is extremely fast. And because if you swing while coming out of the shadow, it does not give you any cooldown at all. She's not easy to kite. Wait till you play against a good Opera Singer. You're getting clapped. I would be honest. Yeah, so you can swing to avoid the cooldown. If you break a pallet while in the shadow, there's no cooldown. Vault a window, whatever. So even if you pallet spam, which is what you have to do, if they have pallet breaking speed, they can still play around that very easily. They still catch up right away, and they can hit you. She's very hard to kite, very hard to mind game, and that's what makes her S tier. Now, the reason why she's the bottom of S tier and not more towards the top is that she does get cypher rushed. Like Geisha, she does get cypher rushed, but she has very good chase and very good map pressure. That's what makes her bottom of S tier. And when I say good chase, I mean very good. Okay, moving on to the next character in S tier. It is Nightwatch. Dream Witch, I'm sorry guys. Dream Witch still has the best map pressure in the game, and she's still the best hunter in the game. I'm so sorry for all of you guys watching who is hoping for a change of pace, but Nightwatch is very, very close. Dream Witch and Nightwatch are really neck and neck. Dream Witch is just slightly better because Dream Witch's cypher control is still the best, is still insanely good. Dream Witch just has the best win potential. Nightwatch is slightly more tied. Nightwatch has a ton of win potential, but is more aiming towards a tie hunter, whereas Dream Witch has more aggressive win potential. She is still not dethroned, not yet. Nightwatch does not have enough win potential to dethrone Dream Witch. Not yet. So, Nightwatch though is very good. I mean, you guys watched IVC in a 4-round series. 8 hunters played in those 4 rounds. Nightwatch was played 5 of them. Nightwatch is the most picked hunter in the game. Okay, Freddy. Okay, I don't know. I'll explain it. All right. Nightwatch, just because Nightwatch is picked more doesn't mean that it's better. Dream Witch has a higher skill cap. Dreamwitch has a higher skill cap, which means that a lot of hunters would rather invest their time playing a hunter like Nightwatch, which is not as hard to play, and also having more versatile hunters throughout, more versatile A+ tier hunters. Let's take Dongxuan. Still loves to lead Dreamwitch. If you guys watch IVL, Dongxuan loves leading Dreamwitch if it's a good comp. Nightwatch still ties. Nightwatch ties more. If a team plays a comp that isn't anti-Dreamwitch, Dreamwitch will 4-kill. Nightwatch is also map dependent. Here's another reason why Nightwatch is slightly lower than Dreamwitch, is that Nightwatch is map dependent. Nightwatch is not as good on Arms Factory, not as good on Red Church, whereas Dreamwitch can be played on any map. You can play Dreamwitch on any map. There's some maps where Dreamwitch is a little bit worse, but it's still playable completely, whereas Nightwatch is not nearly as good in those situations. You also watch, if you guys watched that IVC match that we saw, they literally banned Meowpie's Dreamwitch, and Dreamwitch isn't even one of his main hunters, and they still banned his Dreamwitch over his Nightwatch. And his Nightwatch is like one of his best hunters, if not his best, where Dreamwitch is one of his more decent hunters, but not one of his better ones, and they still ban it because they're still scared of how strong Dreamwitch is and how much win potential she has. Yeah, it's just that people would rather play Nightwatch because they still counter comp Dreamwitch. But Nightwatch is more map dependent, whereas Dreamwitch is not map dependent. You can play Dreamwitch on anything. I hate playing on Lakeside too, but she's still more playable than some other hunters that would struggle there. But Nightwatch, anyways, we're talking about Nightwatch. Nightwatch has very good chase. As you guys know, Nightwatch's chase is extremely good. Doesn't really have a lot of camping abilities, but he does have very good map pressure. If you cut off the rescuer from a distance, you can hit them from a distance and then dash back to chair and prevent the rescue that way. He does have good cypher pressure in that you can dash the ciphers, push the survivors off of the cypher machines, and then dash back to chair to then camp. And yeah, he just has very good chase, very good map presence, very good map pressure, and he is the most played hunter in the game currently. Obviously, the only reason why he's slightly lower than Dreamwitch is that he's more map dependent than Dreamwitch is, and that's it. He's just more map dependent. Yeah. And so Nightwatch is S tier. Best hunter in the game. It's really close. These two are still really close, but I still am putting Dreamwitch as the best hunter in the game. Even though she's picked less than Nightwatch, it's just that Dreamwitch is... A lot of hunters would rather play Nightwatch and then focus on having a more variety of hunter pool instead of spending a lot... Because learning Dreamwitch takes a lot of time to learn Dreamwitch. Think about it this way, guys. Think back to when Dreamwitch was the best hunter in the game. Even hunters like Xiaoma never learned Dreamwitch because it would take a long time to learn Dreamwitch. And he would stick to his characters like Bon Bon and Geisha and Bloody Queen and things like that. And he'd rather have a wider variety of hunter pool than learn Dreamwitch. But people who have learned and mastered Dreamwitch is still the best. Wouldn't Sculptor more be like A or A than A+? Because no one won a game. Just because Sculptor hasn't won... she still has a lot of map pressure and a lot of chase and a lot of presence and things like that. So Sculptor, she barely managed to stay in A+ here because of that. Just because she's a jack of all trades and is good with those things. Do you think she's a win or tie hunter? Opera Singer's a tie hunter, but has a lot of win potential. Nightwatch is a tie hunter, but has even more win potential than Opera Singer. Dreamwitch is a win hunter. Dreamwitch is a win hunter, obviously, that has more win potential than every hunter in the game. So that's why Dreamwitch is the best. She has the most win potential out of any hunter in the game. Obviously, Double Patroller is still very good. You can change things up. You can go Blink, Insolence, Detention. Very good strategy overall as well. Many ways you can play Dreamwitch. Playable on any map. Dreamwitch is like the only hunter that's really playable on like any map. Even maps like Moonlight River Park and Lakeside, obviously those are like the two weakest for her probably. But she's still playable there. She's still definitely playable there. Hunters like Dongxuan can still 4-kill on those maps with her. So, yeah. So Dreamwitch is the best hunter in S. Best hunter in the game still, just barely. It's very close between Nightwatch and Dreamwitch, and then Opera Singer falls a little bit behind. But yeah, that's the season 27 tier list. So we're gonna go quickly over the best maps. Would you say to run up, down, or down right on Nightwatch? It depends on the map. Up down is very good on smaller maps like things like Red Church or especially Arms Factory. But definitely Insolence Detention is very good on Nightwatch overall. Also, Trump Card can be fine as well, but Insolence is also very good on Nightwatch. Okay, in terms of maps, Nightwatch is not really good on anything. If any map, he's maybe good on, like, Moonlit, because it's open. That's about it. Hellember, Gamekeeper. Hellember's probably just met on any map. Again, probably good on open maps, like maybe Moonlit, because you can throw your puppets far. Should I learn Dreamwitch? It depends. Dreamwitch is incredibly hard to play. That's why more people prioritize Nightwatch, because Nightwatch is is right behind Dreamwitch, but still extremely good. And it's definitely not as hard to play as Dreamwitch is. Hellember, any good big open map, maybe like Chinatown or Moonlit. Gamekeeper, again, any open map. Moonlit's probably his best map. Lizard, any open map. Moonlit, Lakeside, something like that. Probably not too good on something like Arms Factory. Ripper's good on Arms Factory because there's a lot of thin walls that you can Foggy Blade through. And so Ripper's pretty good there. He's also pretty good on Moonlit, again, very open. Kind of hard to dodge Foggy Blades in some places. What tier do you think Cheerleader will be? So far, I think she's not too good. I think she's very situational. The ability to give the stacks to the survivors is not that good because you lose a lot of decoding time to do that. So if you had to recommend 3 hunters for a player to pick up, what would comfortably be able to handle all maps and most comps? What would you recommend? Axeboy's not too hard to play, and he's pretty good on most maps, so definitely Axeboy. Next one, definitely Nightwatch. Nightwatch is not too hard to play. He's a little bit map dependent, but he's definitely not too bad. And then Opera Singer, I think a lot of people are struggling with her as of right. A lot of you guys have been saying Opera Singer is a bit challenging, so maybe not Opera Singer. So definitely Nightwatch, Axeboy. Ripper's the easiest hunter to play in the game because he's very self-sufficient. He's very autopilot, but he's not that good. So Nightwatch and Axeboy. In terms of good hunters, definitely Nightwatch and Axeboy. And then besides that, I would say maybe Naiad or Ripper. I would say the Nightwatch, Axeboy, Ripper. Nightwatch, Axeboy, Ripper. Probably. Yep. So Ripper, okay, and then Violinist is pretty good on small maps because you can pressure ciphers, so like Arms Factory Church. Photo is good on small maps because you want to get to all those survivors in Photo World. You want a small map that makes it easier to do that. So a map like Red Church and Arms Factory is very good for Photo. For Feaster, I would say definitely Ever Sleeping Town is pretty good because the narrow alleyways, you can place the tentacles in the narrow alleyways, which makes it hard to dodge tentacles. Ripper's hard to master? No, definitely not. Ripper is definitely the easiest hunter in the game to master. Easiest hunter. Ripper is very, very easy to master. I mean, it's hard to master any hunter, I guess, right? It's definitely hard to master. To master any hunter is hard. But Ripper's definitely the easiest hunter to master. He's super autopilot. Just hit Foggy Blades. Get in the invisibility to speed boost. It's not much of a challenge. Yeah, Opera Singer control-wise is hard. Game sense-wise, not too challenging, I think, but mechanically-wise, could be a bit challenging for sure. Yeah, I think Geisha's a lot harder. Geisha's actually pretty hard to master. Learning the glitch dashes are really hard to do. Learning to abuse the camera angle is also a bit challenging. Undead is good on Ever Sleeping Town, Moonlit, and Chinatown. Open maps, very good for Undead. Clown is very good on Lakeside, Moonlit, Chinatown, and Ever Sleeping Town. Any of those open maps, Clown can abuse. As long as there's not too many pallets or windows, survivors can abuse. Clown can be good on those maps. For Mad Eyes is extremely good on Ever Sleeping and Red Church. Those are the best maps for him. I also think Chinatown is probably not too bad as well. And Sacred Heart Hospital is also pretty good because there's a lot of places you can block off survivors and trap them in. Wu Ching is good on big open maps because he can abuse his map pressure, such as Moonlight River Park and Lakeside Village. Hermit is also good on any open maps that's not easy for survivors to break line of sight. So maps like Red Church and Arms Factory are not as good because they can easily break a line of sight and avoid the shocks. But a map like Moonlight River Park or Ever Sleeping Town or Chinatown, definitely a lot better for Hermit. Breaking Wheel is very good on Moonlit, Ever Sleeping Town, and Chinatown. Those are the best maps for Wheel. He's not very good on many of the other maps, though. He's actually not that good on Lakeside Village. because of big boat and little boat, mini boat area. There's a lot of walls there that Breaking Wheel can struggle against. Axeboy is playable on any map. That's what's nice about Axeboy is he is playable on any map. But two-story maps such as Sacred Heart Hospital can be a bit of a challenge for him for sure. Soul Weaver is extremely good on Chinatown. She's S tier on Chinatown. Very good on Chinatown. Easiest hunter for beginners, Mad Eyes. Very good on Chinatown. That's definitely the best map for Soul Weaver. Soul Weaver is one of the best hunters in the game for Chinatown. Besides that, she's strong on Ever Sleeping and Lakeside. Also not too bad on Church or Sacred Heart Hospital. Not very good on Arms Factor and Moonlit, though. Big open maps. Open maps like Moonlit is not too good. And it's good on small maps. Red Church, Arms Factory, pretty strong. Sculptor is good on any maps that have narrow areas. That's hard to dodge statues. So, for example, Red Church is pretty good. Ever Sleeping Town is pretty good. Actually, not so good on Arms Factory because all the transition areas on Arms Factory are actually open. So when you transition from shack to middle 3-pallet, it's a very open area, which makes it hard to hit statues there. When you're transitioning towards Factory, it's kind of hard. Also, it's easy to break line of sight because of the high walls, so it's hard for Sculptor to hit statues there. So Sculptor's pretty good on Red Church and Ever Sleeping Town. Bloody Queen is good on any place where there's not a lot of places for her to get stuck on. So she's good on Arms Factory, pretty good on Moonlit, good on Lakeside. Not too good on Ever Sleeping Town, though, because there's a lot of buildings that's hard to mirror around. Same with Chinatown. Same with Church, she's fine, but sometimes it's hard to mirror in some places on Church. But overall, Bloody Queen is technically playable on any map, but not great on Ever Sleeping or Chinatown. Bonbon is actually one of the few hunters that's good on Sacred, because if you do manage to get it down with Bonbon, it's hard for them to rescue, because a lot of strategies on Sacred is teams will rescue and then they'll rebound and try to rebound Kite into Hospital, whereas with Bonbon, if you have very good camping, you just don't allow them to rescue at all. So Bonbon's not bad on Sacred. Besides that, good on small maps such as Church or Arms Factory. Wax Artist is good on open maps, that's where it's hard to break line of sight, so he's good on Moonlit River Park, good on Chinatown, good on Ever Sleeping Town. The alleyways are very long on Ever Sleeping Town, so it's hard for survivors to dodge the Wax Artist there dodge the waxes there as well. Geisha is good, big open maps again. Lakeside Village is a good map for her. Very good map. The best map is Moonlit, but also Lakeside, Chinatown are all very good for her. Not too good on Red Church or Arms Factory, though. But she is playable on Sacred and Ever Sleeping Town as well. Also not too bad on Leo's Memory, one of the few hunters that's not bad on Leo's. Clerk is good on small maps, Red Church, Arms Factory, very good for Clerk. Big open maps, not quite as good. So like Moonlit River Park, not as good. You can take Coaster to abuse that. Still playable on maps like Lakeside, Chinatown, Ever Sleeping Town, but not as good as Church or Arms Factory. Nayad is actually playable on any map. That's what makes her high A+ tier as well. She is playable on most maps. One of the few hunters that's actually pretty good on Sacred as well. You can catch up to survivors very easily. If they try to hospital loop you, just swim after them and catch up very quickly. But she's playable on pretty much any map. Open maps are not too bad for her. Small maps are pretty good. Factory, Arms Factory, you can loop off Factory, force them to leave it, kite in the open. Nayad's pretty much playable on any map. Opera Singer, I have to do a little bit more practice with her before I figure that out. But what seems to be good with Opera Singer is any narrow area map is pretty good. Also, open maps are not too bad once you have your first presence. So I feel like potentially bringing Insolence for those maps might not be bad, but we'll have to see. Opera Singer we're not too sure on just yet. Nightwatch is very good in big open maps. Lakeside Village, Chinatown, Ever Sleeping Town, Moonlit River Park. Not too bad on Leo's Memory. Does struggle a bit on Red Church, Sacred Heart Hospital, and Arms Factory. But every other map he's very good on. And Dreamwitch is playable on any map. Her weakest maps are Moonlit River Park and Lakeside Village, but she's still playable on any other map, on any map for the most part. And her best maps are definitely Ever Sleeping Town and Arms Factory. Also not too bad on Chinatown as well. So that is that for maps for hunters. So I'm gonna go ahead and upload this video separately as a separate video on YouTube. So anybody who's watching this as a video on YouTube, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out, and I'll see you all in the next one. And if you guys are watching here live on the stream, you're still here, so what's up? So yeah, that's it. Hopefully this makes sense. You guys have any questions? Anything? Yeah, we'll do Opera Singer gameplay next stream for sure. Well, I'll see if we'll stream during the week. If not, conclusion Nightmare Best Hunter, definitely not. If not, then we'll do it on the weekend. Oh, Ethan, you're still here? I thought you went to sleep. Nerfs or buffs? What do you mean nerfs or buffs? Damn, we've been going for over 3 hours now. At this point, it's nocturnal, honestly. It's like 1:30 for me. I'd imagine Ethan lives in Southeast Asia. If it's 2 a.m. for Ethan, I imagine what? Probably somewhere in Southeast Asia, but I'll have to watch it later, but thank you for keeping up with the tier list and making these. No problem, absolutely. My pleasure. Hopefully we don't get a lot of negative comments in the video. Why is Nightmare not S tier? You know, stuff like that. So, oh, what buffs or nerfs would you like to see? I don't know. I feel like right now it's pretty solid. I like the meta the way it is now. I actually... Any hunters that should be nerfed... I don't think any hunter should be buffed. I think it's pretty balanced right now. Or I think that... It's not balanced, but I like the way the meta is right now. I think it's a pretty fun meta. In terms of nerfs, Opera Singer probably needs some sort of speed boost nerf or something. Maybe a cooldown... Maybe she... Because getting the cooldown back right away is pretty good. Overall, I think it's probably fine, though. Nightwatch probably needs some sort of adjustment. Maybe to his... I don't really know. I think Nightwatch needs some sort of adjustment in that he needs to... I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think how you can actually change Nightwatch. Maybe make the cooldown his wind ability like a second more. I don't know. It's hard to say. Thank you, Mima. I appreciate it. What do you think of Leo being buffed next season? I actually am not too sure. I'd have to look into that. I'm actually not too sure about the buff as of right now. If anything, it'll be hard to buff him. It'll be hard to give him a buff that's actually gonna make him good, but we'll have to see. Love to see a Mind's Eye buff, but that probably won't happen most likely. They've always just nerfed him in the past. Did Nightwatch already get his nerf? I don't think so. Yeah, we're getting pretty late, guys. I am actually going to end stream. If anyone has any more questions, feel free to ask super quick, but we will be ending stream right here. Do you believe that Southeast Asia region is more experienced in tournaments than NAU? I think they're slightly more experienced. I think in terms of skill-wise, they're very similar. But I think they do have a slightly more experience. I think they have a slight edge, but it's definitely super close. I think if Southeast Asia played against NAU teams, I think the matches would be very close. I think it could definitely go either way. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and end stream right there, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. New stream definitely soon. I'll go ahead and upload the tier list as a video as well. And then also after soon enough, we're going to have an updated hunter tier list. Not hunter tier list. We're going to have an updated how to kite against every hunter video. That'll be up pretty soon as well. And then also next stream we'll have some, we'll play some more again. I'll play some more Opera Singer and stuff. Play some Nightwatch as well. IVC is this weekend. Don't forget to watch that. And then also for those of you who live in Southeast Asia, the IVC offline stage in-person event will be at the end of this month. It is 3 weeks from this weekend. That just happened. So 3 weeks from now, or 2 weeks and 5 days or whatever. So that will be that'll be in Bangkok, Thailand. So if you guys in Southeast Asia and you guys wanted to watch the offline stage, of course, don't forget to come watch that. I will be there as long as with the other casters as well as the Thai casters and the players who are competing there. So don't forget to watch that. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Peace out for now. Hope you guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you all later. Bye, guys.